You're live, and welcome to the first ever reading of Yes, I Am Busy Doing Nothing, a memoir from The Incomplete American High School Student by I can't even say my own name, Alexandre Akira Decis. Some fun stuff to read on the back, but you can read it when the book is for purchase. Let's get into the story. Here, how do I read this? We'll go like this. Yes, I am busy doing nothing. A memoir from the incomplete American high school student. Alex's high school story, 2011 to 2015. High school makes me feel like Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars, the anti hero character that goes on to become Darth Vader. Is that too dark of a thing to say? I usually speak whatever pops into my mind. I will say anything to start a conversation, then apologize later instead of asking for permission. The anti hero of any story is the most fun character to be. An anti hero is relatable. I'm a flawed, complicated, and strange person. However, my life is not too dark or too gritty. Please do not pretend my life is a spotless, clean experience because that ruins the story. I am confused because my parents and all the other adults in my teenage life told me to be a kind, respectful, and responsible person. But when I verbally criticize them for not being kind, respectful, or responsible, they do not follow the same rules. What's the deal with that? This is the say no to money era. Making money is not cool, getting rich is not cool, but I have to say, spending money with friends is quite cool. Living comfortably is pretty cool, and buying cool things I want is awesome. I have trouble making moral decisions in hard situations. I usually procrastinate and avoid confrontation. I am a professional people pleaser. I wake up every morning, put on a smile, and attempt to make other people happy. On occasion, I reevaluate if I am happy. My parents taught me the art of sarcasm in the womb. That is how we communicate. For example, one of them might knock on my bedroom door asking if I am busy. Yes, I'd reply. And then they would ask what I was busy doing, to which I'd reply, I am busy doing nothing. Dun da da da. Meet Alex. From the moment our character Alex could remember, October 25th, 1996, life's most mundane routines brought him too much joy. In, star, in childhood, he liked to laugh uncontrollably while staring at himself in the mirror. Instead of washing his face, he preferred to wake up and scream with laughter at the morning dew in his eyes, then howled at himself when seeing the pajamas his parents picked out for bedtime. This cute but bothersome habit led to removing all the mirrors in the family's house until Alex agreed to keep his laughter to himself. The practical routine of brushing one's teeth always turned into a spitting contest between Alex and his older brother. The two brothers chose to compete to see how far they could projectile a mouthful of toothpaste into the sink. The sheer force behind their spit led to their bathroom covered in minty paste. Showers had to come after teeth cleaning because Alex was always covered in toothpaste. The whole bathing process was unusually exhilarating for Alex as a child. The power to switch the water from burning hot to ice cold was a tear jerking party. Alex would see how long he could sustain the boiling hot water, then try to freeze his wounds with cold water. So another rule had to be implemented in the family's house: only lukewarm, cold showers. Alex was referred to as a creature because he would run, scream, prowl, growl, and jump on others instead of reciprocating in conversation. He was the younger child and gave his parents a good reason to stop having children. Alex's older brother was born with health concerns and traditionally needed excessive attention. However, this did not stop Alex from becoming the family's more disputed son. When Alex reached the age to be registered for school, his parents could finally escape from him on a daily basis. His mother even convinced a school district she found a loophole to start him a whole year early. This would backfire when Alex would have to repeat the second grade. The Lake Oswego Public School District was thus responsible for molding this charming young boy. Once he was locked in, both parents took on more work to properly avoid giving Alex the attention he so willingly wanted. As a result, he was forced to spend most of his childhood raising himself. Television was Alex's first friend. TV was a portal into learning how to be someone, anyone. He would often watch what or how someone spoke on TV and then practice talking in front of the mirror. The Public Broadcasting Service channel was his favorite because it did not have commercials and made Alex feel more mature. In addition, TV inspired Alex to wake up every morning because there was consistently something new to watch. In kindergarten, Alex enjoyed drawing his parents at work because he knew them as work folk. They both loved to work in Alex's eyes. Work was so important to his parents that Alex gained the understanding that he would one day work like them too. At this pubescent age, he was asking himself life's essential questions. Instead of seeking what work can do for me, what can I do for my work? Kindergarten Alex. In third grade of elementary school, he got in trouble on Valentine's Day with his homeroom teacher, Mr. Kenny. Mr. Kenny stopped Alex in the hallway for explicitly singing and dancing to Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Alex tried to tell Mr. Kenny how Baby Got Back was a fitness song that promoted healthy exercise habits for kids by teaching them how to dance to hip hop music. Mr. Kenny did not believe that these were Alex's true intentions for singing and dancing in the hallway to a group of girls. Nobody was sure why, but Mr. Kenny went on this long adult tangent on why Alex was not allowed to sing Baby Got Back at school. Alex could not understand anything Mr. Kenny said. Anytime an adult tried to tell Alex he was wrong, Alex imagined they were making those inconceivable sounds that the parents made on the Charlie Brown show. Wah, 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 wah. In conclusion, Alex's indecent behavior sent him to the principal's office, and a call to his parents was made. Alex usually took the bus home. However, his mom was forced to leave work early to pick him up because Mr. Kinney insisted on talking to her about Alex's obscene language used at school. Then Alex's mammy, what she was referred to in the third grade, revealed to Mr. Kinney that she dances and sings to Baby Got Back at home a lot. However, she did make it clear she does not use crude or offensive language to her son. Not that it matters because of the whole wah 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 thing. Nevertheless, her explanation got Alex out of trouble on Valentine's Day, and Alex learned his lesson. There was no consequences for the kid with a mother who sings like a foul mouthed rapper. From that moment on, Alex felt comfortable talking about his family at school. On the first day of middle school, a school wide assembly explained how everyone needed to get straight A's and start preparing themselves for college. After the congregation ended, Alex described himself as an average leaning student. He wanted to dedicate less time and energy to his grade point average and spend more hours toward what made him laugh or smile. Grades and a strict structure seemed too serious of a life. On the other hand, he did appreciate the everyday opportunities to write his ideas on paper and practice public speaking 5 days a week. In addition, the social skills he gained from participating in elementary and middle school gave Alex the confidence to start making money for himself. Any free time Alex had, which was slim, was spent with his family. Their greatest memories were spent at his dad's favorite restaurant, Amici's Pizzeria. Everyone had busy schedules, so this was the only place the family could sit back and rewind on a routine basis. The restaurant owner, Amici, became a family friend and a confidant to the family. Personal pepperoni pizzas for Alex and his dad, two meat lovers calzones for the eldest son, lastly, a chicken Caesar salad and a glass of wine for mom. Amici would regularly come over to the family's table during dinners. His compliments to the family made them feel distinguished as a household. Those kind words and the free desserts kept the family coming back for more. Ah! In the midst of middle school, 2009, the family abruptly downsized their housing situation to save money. This event forced Alex and everyone else to become more independent. While struggling to accept the responsibility of doing his own laundry, Alex woke up to his new reality. Finally, he felt ready to begin his journey as an individual. But that be that it be that as it may, Alex did not know how to begin one's life journey because he was in middle school. Instead of figuring it out, he created everyday exaggerated versions of himself to keep his family's attention through their new lifestyle changes. These fabricated aspects of Alex's personality created misunderstandings between family members and tested everyone's sanity. No one was sure if Alex understood the differences between sarcasm, satire, and reality. However, he could escape any real trouble at school, so there was no need to hold an intervention. His parents concluded that they did not know what to do with him and could only hope that fate would lead him down a path of financial independence. They assumed he would grow up at some point. He only walked the line of trouble as a joke and never put himself or anyone else in physical danger, so everyone crossed their fingers and hoped for the best. L'Hailum! All right. Chapter 1, August 29th, 2011. Day 1. Met a girl. Grown-ups rumor that the first day of high school is an important day. I suggest the first day is useless. This year I will be an incoming freshman at Swagridge Public High School in Lake Oswego, Oregon. If I pass my classes, I will graduate high school on June 5th, 2015. It all starts with that grody yellow bus picking me up at 7 a.m. The most Oregon freshman feeling in the world is riding the school bus in the rain. These buses are more suited as holding cages for the wildest animals known to mankind. On a positive note, there's a feeling of community. Through elementary and middle school, I have ridden the yellow bus. My favorite memories consist of watching others crawl under seats to steal backpacks. They could be after your homework or your snacks. The scariest school supplies to watch out for are slingshotted paper clips. One time, a clip hit me through crossfire, and I had to show up the next day with a pirate's eye patch. As a child pirate sailing to and from school, I learned every vulgar word in the dictionary. After nearly a decade of bus rides, I am now well educated in many self defense tactics when it comes to encounters of physical and verbal battery. On my way to the first day of school, I already had complaints because I knew what lay ahead. New teachers. I do not have anything against these teachers. I have something against the printed name on my birth certificate. My full name reads Alexander. Oh gosh, how do you say this name? Alexandre Akira Decis. Teachers constantly read my name out loud to the entire class and struggle to do so. It gets embarrassing. I will forever be questioned in front of the whole class about its origins. I do not want to do this for 8 classes today, nor do I want any improvised public speaking experience. It is unwanted attention. When a teacher calls out my name, I do not want to look rude or as if I have a problem with my name, so I smile and tell everyone it is not a big deal. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I have a name identity crisis on my hands. With all this on my mind, I went straight from the bus to the front office on the first day of high school. I am wearing a hand me down outfit, basketball shorts, and my favorite red hoodie. There's an adult in the front office. I hope they will let me speak to the principal. I talk to adults nicely because I am interested in getting what I want. And I have to keep a good image in the eyes of this well maintained establishment called Swag Ridge High School. To my surprise, the adult, an office administrator, told me to stop complaining. I really want to get out of having to mispronounce my name 8 times today. So I start by describing what is on my mind. I spoke, "Oh, thy office secretary adult, why is the complaint a great man-made tool? Everyone should complain more if you ask me. The complaint is the only way I can start towards my solution. I imagine everything in life originates from the complaint. Why, I was born complaining, screaming that the hospital lights were too bright, and I was cold, oh so cold, and I had this umbilical cord stuck to me. I yelled for them to cut it off, and only with my yells did someone free me. Do you not see that you were born to complain too? I took a deep breath, then continued. Let me break it down for you, office admin. First, I sense something that irritates me, like your toupee. Then I feel panicky about it, followed by other emotions, shock, disappointment, and hunger. That is right. Complaining makes me hungry. I eat and become eager because now I am attached to eliminating this complaint and finding a solution to my problem. All my complaints go into a full complaint box because some complaints take longer to solve than others. But that does not stop me from complaining and speaking my mind. Please give me a snack. I am starving. And put on a Swagger's hat when you meet the rest of the freshmen to hide that massive bald spot. Now, can you please be so kind as to let me speak to the principal so I can complain about my name? This adult creature starts to laugh, and I cannot even get a word in. I'm getting the whole 9 yards, the cackle, the pointing, the tear wiping, and the coughing. So I leave without saying goodbye because I am furious. I painfully head over to freshman orientation, sit on the floor in the back of the gymnasium with my head between my legs. The rest of the freshman class is dancing to the YMCA as a fun way to wake up at 7:30 a.m. While everyone else was making letter shapes with their arms, I was worried about what fire I had started. I am a 4 foot 11 inches tall 14-year-old that completely embarrassed himself on the first day of high school. I hope the office secretary does not gossip about me. Geez, I already have a target on my back. All I want is to avoid standing out from the crowd, and now I feel so messed up. Why do I do this to myself? For whatever reason I do what I do, I cannot sit in the back of this crowd forever. I got to get my spirits up and fast. Whenever I am feeling down, I have a solution that works 50% of the time. It is like flipping a coin. I remember back to one of my favorite movies, The Sound of Music, and I hum to myself some of my favorite things so I don't feel too sad. Pepperonis on pizzas and toffee inside my coffee, extra cheese in my burritos, and some Cheetos or Doritos. Homemade Chex Mix filled with Twix Tricks, all covered in pixie sticks. These are the foods I need so I don't feel too sad. When I fail my tests, am close to arrests, or have sadly regressed, I quickly run to some of my favorite foods so I don't feel too sad. Raw cookie dough and juicy sloppy joes, baking a simple apple strudel and sitting on roofs with a cup of noodles. Milky Ways in my creme brulee. I'd like a souffle with my European sorbet. These are the treats I need so I don't feel too sad. When I forget what people ask, I get overwhelmed and stressed. So when I choose not to go to class, I quickly reach into my bag for some of my favorite treats so I don't feel too sad. The best teachers let me be the class sleeper. My favorite class lets me pass gas on the grass. And my favorite social science is the study of defiance and noncompliance. These are a few of my favorite school things to remind me that I don't feel too sad. Now that I feel decent, it is time to join in on this YMCA. This new school has many new opportunities. So let's go, Alexandre Akira Decis. Swaggeridge High School will be fun. Leave those tears on the ground, get yourself in that crowd, and enjoy being a freshman. When I stood up, an energetic, confident, petite, gorgeous girl walked in through the door. Now I want a girlfriend. Her name tag reads Daisy. She is not a freshman. She has a clipboard and looks anxious. Her face says she is late for this orientation. She must have some responsibility here. I hope she's not offended by my acne. I shyly say, I'm lost. Daisy replies, Your name is Lost? No, sorry, I go by Alex. I don't know what to do here, I say. My name's Daisy, and I'm a homeroom ambassador. Here's a schedule for the day and a map of the school. You will need them both, Alex, Daisy responds. Thanks, I happily reply. Daisy looks at her watch and then slaps her forehead in frustration. Go mix in with the rest of the freshmen. Someone should be making an announcement soon, Daisy says, then walks away. Okay, I respond and run into the crowd. Chapter 2, September 6, 2011. Day 8. I need money. It is unfair. Math is not like a Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie. School is so defeatingly boring when you are impatient like me. I am sick and tired of sitting in class. My math teacher tells me I have ants in my pants. I fidget in my seat and stare at the clock to pass the time. Then, as the bell rings for class to be over, I run out as fast as possible. Now that it is lunch, I am heading to the computer lab. However, the office admin from the first day of school is blocking my way. Hi, my name is Dana. Your name is Alex, right? He says. Yes, I go by Alex. Did you tell the principal my complaints? I ask. No, the principal is too busy for you. I want you to move one of your classes around and have you take Drama 101 instead, Dana says. I'll be important enough for the principal one day. Mark my words. I'm not dramatic. So why should I take a drama class, Dana? I ask. Your monologue the other day was quite theatrical. I think this could be a good outlet for you, he counters. I'm not sold, Dana. It is my choice to take this class, right? I ask. Not really. What's your problem with acting? Dana replies. Fine, because you're so curious, I'll tell you. I have had this reoccurring nightmare about a famous Hollywood star intruding on my dreams, so I don't believe it'd be beneficial for me to practice acting, I state. Dana chuckles and says sarcastically, Oh, really? Indulge me, Alex. I answer, if you insist, I had this nightmare last night. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio meddling with my fantasies. Like the movie Inception, Dana replies. Like a know it all adult. I don't know. Haven't seen it. I don't follow Leo's movies after what he's done to me. Sick of him, I state. Okay, well, get on with your story, Dana says. I'm alone in a dilapidated hallway. Frantic Renaissance music is playing behind two medieval doors. I'm now at a party. The walls look like I'm inside a castle and everyone is dressed for a medieval masquerade. I see many familiar faces, nearly everyone I've ever met. I walk around and stumble upon Leo drinking a pitcher of ale. I'm shocked to see him. I ask Leo what he's doing here, and he tells me he's the entertainment for the party. We're hanging out like friends. He's throwing back pitchers of ale, and I'm slinging back pitchers of milk. Leo then opens up and tells me a secret of his. I am in disbelief about Leo's secret and feel we will be friends forever. Then he insists I should tell him a secret of mine, I say, pausing for dramatic effect. Dana reacts, this does not sound like a nightmare, Alex. Listen closely. It's rude to interrupt a story, Dana. Anyways, I'm nervous because it's Leonardo DiCaprio and I want to impress him. I start feeling a little too good. There's something more than milk in my mug. I end up telling him my deepest, darkest secret. Leo then smiles, shakes my hand, and skips away. The next thing I see is Leo on stage in front of everyone, pointing at me and making a mockery about my deepest, darkest secret. The music starts to get louder as everyone I know in the entire world is laughing at me. Then I wake up sweating, gasping for air, while still hearing the slightest bit of laughter whispering in my ears. Is this the type of world I live in, Dana? Am I not even safe in my own dreams, Dana? Leo has all the money and Hollywood attention in the world. Is that not enough for him? He really needs to hijack my mind when I am in the comfort of my twin-sized bed, Dana? Ah, I say. Wow, that is quite the reoccurring dream, Alex. I will go ahead and put you in that Drama 101 class, Dana says, smiles, and skips away. Fine, do what you want. I do not have any control of my life when I am awake or asleep, I shout as Dana skips away. After talking to Dana, I get to the computer lab. In the Swagridge computer system, I finalize my class schedule for my first semester of high school. It is officially set. 7:30 a.m. is homeroom. 9:30 a.m. is freshman English. 10:20 a.m. is communications. 11 a.m. is math, then lunch. 12:25 is Japanese 101. 1:15 p.m. is Earth Science. 2:05 p.m. is Drama 101. 2:55 p.m. is World History. I plan to get a 3.0 grade point average. The idea of getting a 4.0 does not make any sense to me. It is a part of my Japanese tradition to stay away from the number 4 because it stands for death in pseudo-Japanese culture. Also, there are many other things to focus on instead of getting straight A's, like getting a girlfriend and finding a solution to my acne. The cool thing about my homeroom is Daisy is the class mentor. What a coincidence. So I get to see her all the time. I try not to talk to her too much because we will be in class together all year. I want an after school job, so I have some cash. Then I can ask her out to do something, and hopefully I can impress her. That will not be for a while, though. I do not want to come off as needy or desperate. In the best case scenario, she invites me to do something outside of school or hang out with mutual friends. We are already going to see each other so much in class, I do not want to smother her or even worse, get sick of her. If I can keep some momentum with her throughout the school year, I will ask her out in the summer. Chapter 3, October 1st, 2011, Day 33, Mom's Birthday. From a young age, I naturally spent a lot of time by myself. I do not talk to either of my parents or my older brother on a daily basis. Everyone in my family has their singular busy life. We attempt to get together on recognized holidays, attempt meaning there are no hard feelings for someone canceling the day of. Per year, that includes the 11 federal holidays, 4 birthdays, and 1 anniversary. Either way, there are only 15 to 20 days a year when I am almost guaranteed to see my family all in one place. Our 15 to 20 family gatherings a year are undoubtedly confrontational because everyone has something important to say when we get together. At each gathering, I put together a bullet point list of what I've been up to so I'm ready to share when it is my turn to talk. Mom and dad are both in the sales industry. Dad is currently a traveling video game salesman, so he continually has ludicrous stories about living on the road. I spend nearly all my time at dad's apartment because he is barely ever there. He only magically appears when we have a family get together. My parents live in the same apartment complex but have separate apartments, which makes this bizarre family arrangement work. In turn, my parents are separated, not divorced. I've been holding back talking about my brother because he gets all the attention in the family as the first son. In any event, he is considered nonverbal and has a diagnosis of autism. He carries around one of those computer tablets he types on, making him sound like Stephen Hawking's. Everyone thinks he is so smart. He is a part of a special college program at Portland City College, so I assume he is always busy doing something. We used to have a lot of fun when we were both kids, but now that he is older, we only get along for our parents' sake. Mom's life consists of taking my brother to appointments. He can't drive, hanging out with her friends from a local self help group, and selling whatever she can on the internet. Lately, she's been selling custom rain jackets because we live in Oregon. October 1st is her birthday, and like most moms, she is turning 1 year younger. Today, we are celebrating her 35th birthday. We are going to the Olive Garden in Lake Oswego for dinner because when we go there, we are family, and they have cheap wine options for the parents. My best memories of growing up were when my family went to restaurants. When in public, there are more opportunities for spontaneity. For example, our attention tonight can be directed towards asking the waiter at Olive Garden for more breadsticks. I am nervous because I have to talk about what it is like to be in high school. I am worried because October is the one month of the year when we spend too much time celebrating. My mom's birthday is today, the 1st. My dad's birthday is on October 7th. Columbus Day is on the 10th. And my birthday is on the 25th. I have one too many outings this month. I am tense because the number 4. Also, I will need to create talking points for 4 events. Hopefully, one of them gets canceled because I am not too fond of the number 4. It is unlucky. I walk into the Olive Garden and the clock reads 4:44 p.m. I want to puke. My brother Steven is on a bench in the lobby. We high five. We are both wearing rain jackets that say, "Today is my mom's birthday." I ask Steph, "So, where are they?" He looks me up and down for a few moments, then points at the door. Ah, yes, the birthday wine pregame. They must try all the fine wines before choosing what they will drink with dinner, I say. Steph types one of his buzzwords phrases on his tablet, which we call his talker. What's up? He curiously asks. You know, Steph, I am just busy doing nothing, I say sarcastically. Yeah, Steph replies on his talker. Another reason we come to the Olive Garden is that our dad has gotten to know the owners. That is his thing. He finds a restaurant he likes and gets to know the people who run it. Then he gets free desserts. Most business owners have kids, and those kids play video games. So he is good at making friends at a place he likes to eat. Finally, after waiting 10 minutes, mom and dad walk over to us. You boys look so great in your custom rain jackets, mom says. Let's go, boys. We've got the back room for dinner tonight, dad says. Mom and dad walk through the Olive Garden with wine in their hands like they own the place. Steph and I walk behind them. In my head, I am running through my talking points for tonight. We sit down at a circular table. There is a chandelier with plastic light bulbs hanging above us and a large rectangular photo of a happy family on the wall. Dad orders for the table, then mom makes corrections to everyone's orders. Every time every time we have a waiter, they wait because we take so long to order. Spaghetti and meatballs for our 2 boys, Dad says confidently. Mom interjects and points at Steph. But he needs gluten-free pasta and dairy-free cheese too, please. I don't understand why, but everyone Steph knows eats gluten-free and avoids cheese. Gluten-packed bread and dairy-filled cheese are what I eat on a daily basis. What would I do without nachos, quesadillas, cheese pizza, and grilled cheese sandwiches? After ordering, we go through our typical family dinner routine. Mom and dad talk about how ridiculous their jobs are and how all their work problems could be solved if they were in charge. They talk about Steph's newest accomplishments. Then, near the end of dinner, everyone turns their heads to ask about me. Alexandre, is that the name you are going by these days? Mom asks and laughs. Steph presses on his talker. Ha ha ha. Inside jokes. Honey, we should have given him a simpler name. No one needs to be this insecure about their name, Dad adds caringly. Can I talk now? I frustratingly ask. Of course, Al pal. Please tell us how our baby boy is doing, Mom replies. First off, don't Al pal me, Mom. And guess what? I got a paying job at the local Thai restaurant down the street from Swaggeridge, I say. How? You were only 14, Dad asks. The art of sales, Dad. After school, for a half day, I avoided the bus and walked home. On my way, I saw the restaurant Curry in a Hurry had a help wanted sign in the window. I went in, got a table, and put my wallet on the table with a few bills hanging out to show I had money to spend. Then I ordered the works: Thai iced tea, shrimp tempura, pumpkin curry with chicken, and some chocolate ice cream for dessert. When the waiter came with the bill, I asked to talk with the manager because I had a question, I said, and took a sip of soda. Nice, Steph says with his talker. This doesn't sound legal, Alex. I am not bailing you out of jail if you get into trouble, Mom says angrily. Thanks, Mom. Anyways, I asked the manager if I was correct when I saw her help wanted sign in the window. When she said I was not mistaken, I told her I could do any work that no one else is willing to do. She did not seem interested. I pressed her on why the dishes were piling up in the back and if the flies were flying around for an aesthetic experience. She continued to stare at me in response. I then started complaining that the bathroom needed cleaning. She yawned. I took a deep breath and reintroduced myself as Akira and told her that I'm a great team player. I'm only looking for cash payments and I can come in after school hours during the week. Then on weekends, I can be there on demand. She got my drift and gave me a maybe. Hopefully, she will call me, I say sneeringly. Whose number did you give her? Because you don't have a phone, Mom demands. Yours, I shoot back. Steph types, haha, nice. You better be kidding, Mom replies erratically. Okay, this leads me to my sales pitch to you two, Mom and Dad. Will you please buy me a phone and pay for the first 3 months until I have enough money to pay for my own plan? I ask kindly. Wow, our son is a salesman, honey. Look what we've created, Dad states. Alexander, no, I cannot believe you are using my 35th birthday for your selfish needs. This is an all time low for you, Mom replies, infuriated. Look, Mom. Oh, looks like Mom says no, bud, Dad says agreeingly. Everyone in high school has a cell phone, so how can I fit in and make new friends without a phone? I argue desperately. You will just have to find another way, honey, Mom replies merringly. Dad, come on, throw me a bone. You always say that unsuccessful people need to pick up the phone and start dialing, I plead. Honey, he is right about that, Dad says nervously. What about your older brother? He doesn't use a phone, Mom bickers. He doesn't talk. Why does he need a phone? I yell back emotionally. Uh-oh, Steph types. How dare you, Alexander? How dare you say that about your brother? Do you have any idea what this family has been through? How dare you say he doesn't talk? Oh, mercy, this is too much. I'm going to be sick on my birthday. Francis, please get me a bag. I'm hyperventilating, Mom dramatically performs. Dad jumps out of his chair and calls for the waiter to get a brown bag so Mom can embarrass us. Waiter, help! Everything is going to be fine, Shimo. It'll be all right, boys. It'll be all right. Boys, it would be better if you wait in the lobby. Your mother needs some space, Dad says anxiously. Steph and I left the room and sat in silence on the bench in the lobby. I could bear my mom through the I could hear my mom through the wall apologizing to the waiter. I'm so sorry. We'll tip 20%. My youngest, he's going through puberty right now, and his hormones are bouncing off the walls. We are thinking about getting him tested, Mom explains. 20 minutes later, Mom and Dad come from around the corner. They are holding each other up from the wine and drama. They come talk to me. Dad stands there while Mom explains how I will get a used cell phone, but only under the condition of paying her back for the phone with interest. And I'm only getting 1 month free of service. I smile, thank both Mom and Dad, hug them, tell them how they are the best parents in the world, and put in my purchase request for an iconic used Red Razor flip phone. Mom says it will take 5 to 10 business days for me to receive my cell phone. I apologize to Steph and we high five. The waiter takes one more family photo, which ends my mom's 35th birthday party at the Olive Garden. I cannot wait to start getting new people's phone numbers at school. Chapter 4, November 8th, 2011, Day 71, Dolly's Gambling Bridge. Once Swagridge once Swagridge's first period is over, I rush to the cafeteria during break to buy the best hash browns ever created. These rectangular golden hash browns are the best things to touch this planet. I would marry a hash brown if I could. Swagridge was even awarded a Guinness World Record for the most purchased high school hash brown, 2010. Monday through Friday, the daily hash brown consumers drool in anticipation of getting their hands on the only antidote for the treacherous school day. Today, while sprinting to the cafeteria, my homeroom buddy Devin, whom I call Dev, ran around ran around a corner and tripped over a backpack. I knew by his fall he lost his chance of buying any hash browns because they run out so fast. I kept I kept running but looked back and saw him agonizing in pain. Dev is a pretty clumsy guy. He trips, hits his funny bone, or bumps into people on a daily basis. I feel bad for the dude. When I got to the front of the line, I did something nice and got Dev some hash browns. Now, sharing hash browns is unheard of. No one better catch me sharing hash browns because it is like giving away gold. As I walked away with 6 pieces of gold, I got stopped by an upperclassman. He was referred to as Big Man because he stands 6 feet tall. Maybe he had been held back a couple years. He had this very prominent vein coming down the middle of his forehead and smelled like tuna and mustard. I was sure this encounter was about the hash browns I had purchased. 6 hash browns. Are you rich or something? Big Man asked demeaningly. I don't know about rich, but I'm something. I'm something all right, I say scornfully. It's weird you bought 6 hash browns, Big Man shamefully responds. They're all mine. I'm not sharing, so don't ask, I say aggressively. 'Cause you've got money, you should come hang at the bridge tonight. I'm looking for more Swaglow players, Big Man whispers secretly. You hang out at a bridge at night? What's Swaglow? I ask suspiciously. It's a game and you make money. You like money, right? Big Man asks firmly. Maybe, I say mysteriously. Do you have a phone? The big man asked with concern. I swung out my Razor flip phone. Of course, I say with confidence. Text this number tonight and you'll get the password and address for Swaglow. Big man respectfully responds. He handed me a piece of paper with a phone number and walked away, giving me a head nod goodbye. Outside of the cafeteria, Dev was sitting by his locker, twiddling his thumbs. I tapped on his shoulder and gestured for him to follow me. We went to the A wing where my English class was. Ugh. I found a corner table for us to sit and spilled the beans. So what's up? Dev skeptically asks. I got you some hash browns, I say quietly. Dude, no way. Gimme, Dev responds excitedly. Wait, don't draw attention. I don't want us to get caught, I whisper nervously. It's fine. Give 'em. I'll eat 'em. I'll eat 'em now, Dev says breathlessly. I gave Dev 3 hash browns, and he wolfed them down without anyone seeing. There is only one real thing that Dev have and I in common, and it is that we both have acne. Acne is an unspoken taboo that no one talks about because it is rude to point out that volcanoes are growing on someone's face. For all I know, the only solution for acne seems to be an awkward trip to the dermatologist, where they guilt trip you into buying some expensive pills or you wait to grow out of it. I gotta find a better solution. Mom will not let me get the pills, and I do not want to wait. Either way, Dev and I both have acne, and we acne boys gotta stick together. Thanks, dude, Dev adds and smiles. Yo, have you heard of something called Swaglow? I tensely ask. Dev gasps and says, Uh-oh. Someone told you about that? My sister told me to stay away from those people. Those people? I ask in shock. People that play Swaglow, Dev confirms. Why'd she say to stay away? I press. She told me they were the wrong crowd to get mixed in with, Dev replies. Huh, I wonder what's wrong with them, I curiously ask. I don't know. Thanks for the browns. I got a dip, Dev says and limps away. In English class, I got caught writing on my desk by the teacher when I was supposed to be reading about Shakespeare. Should I stay hence from Swaglow? Should I stay away from Swaglow? In math, I gave someone the wrong formula for an equation. Y equals swag x plus low. At lunch, I went to the library and tried to find something on Swaglow in a book or on the internet. I found nothing. Japanese 101 did not give me any hints. Advanced earth science was a dead end. I chose not to participate in drama class and took an afternoon nap in world history. Maybe tonight I will find out what Swaglow truly is. It sounds fun. Making money should be fun. I also have never been invited to anything like this before. Daisy from my homeroom class said I should say yes to new opportunities. Anyways, I have nothing better to do later tonight. After school, I went to Curry in a hurry to do some dishes for the dinner rush. The kitchen feels like a hot boiler room. It constantly has steam rushing out the window. From 4:30 p.m. till close, I am on duty to clean whatever is shoveled my way. Next to me is the head chef, Kong. He is the short man who runs around the kitchen cooking every meal simultaneously. Kong and I have great chemistry. He yells out for dishes, utensils, pots, pans, sauces, and spices, and I blindly throw them across the kitchen. He catches them about every time. Kong and I are the only two males. Meanwhile, the whole waiting staff and managers are women. I do not know how he did it, but before I was there, Kong was doing all the dishwashing and cooking by himself. He appreciates me by being there and asks me questions about my family. Akira-san, who are you telling me about today? Kong thoughtfully asks. How about my grandpa on my dad's side? I say graciously. Oh, very good. Is he Japanese? Kong politely asks. No, he's a French inventor. He lives in a small country town in southern France with his British wife. He invents gadgets and things to help him around the house. Like he's got this contraption where eggs will roll straight from the kitchen chicken coop through the kitchen window. Then two small hammers crack the eggs perfectly into a pan without getting any of the shells in the yolk. So he wakes up and his eggs are ready to go. I love eggs, Kong. I eat 3 to 5 every morning before school, I say. Delicious protein. Tell me about your mother's mother, Kong requests. My mom's mom? Well, she's Japanese and is in Japan right now. She tried to be a nun when she was young but couldn't handle the church life. Then her dad, my great grandpa, immigrated to Seattle, and they moved to California so she could become a real housewife. She's never had a real job. She got one of those traditional arranged marriages where you meet your husband on the wedding day. She likes to sing, dance, and do origami and has great hair. She's a sweet old lady, I gladly say. Pretty good. You have a Japanese mother, then, Kong clarifies. Yeah, it's interesting to think about how my mom is the first woman in her Japanese family line to pick her husband. No arranged marriage there, I say and smirk. How'd your mom and dad meet then? Kong asks and smirks back. Mom and dad met in the sales department of a Los Angeles company right out of high school. They were both selling vacation packages and competed to see who could sell more. Mom and dad then had my brother. Some years later, they had me, I truthfully say. Why are you in Oregon if your parents met in Los Angeles? Kong asks. It's cheaper, Kong. Dad would travel up to Oregon often for business. He thought the Oregon rain would be great for the family. But I don't believe that's true now that we've been here so long, I reply sarcastically. In the process of sharing a laugh about the Oregon rain, our boss came into the kitchen to get us back to work. The job at Curry in a Hurry is grueling. My hands get burned a lot. I am the only one doing any of the cleaning, and there is a language barrier with management. Not being able to talk to everyone makes it hard to bring up any complaints. I am at a crossroads with this job. I have only been working here for a month and a half. Kong is a homie and getting paid cash after every shift is great. But I turned 15 at the end of October and grew a whole inch. So I feel like it's time to start looking for my next money making opportunity. After my shift at Curry in a Hurry, I can only think about Swaglow. I texted the number I got from Big Man, 516 Swag LOL, and sent a photo of some cash. By the time I got back to my dad's apartment, I got a text back. The password for tonight read EAC, and the address was close to my apartment. It was getting late, and I was a little sleepy, so I packed a thermos of homemade coffee cola before leaving. Behind my apartment was Oregon's Willamette River with a quick walk headed north. I was at the bridge to which the address led me. After a brisk walk under the stars, I stumbled upon a railroad. Ahead of me was a bridge used to get to the Oak Grove community in Oregon. I texted the 516 number that I was on the bridge. I immediately got a text message back with the instructions. I was told to walk halfway down the bridge and I would see a ladder on my right. Down the ladder was a crawl space that led to a tunnel. Through the tunnel, I could smell smoke. On the other side, I could stand, and a metal door stood in front of me. I heard multiple voices yelling. I knocked on the door, and everyone went silent. Who goes there? A voice said forcefully. EAC, I shout back. The door opens to a 10 by 10-foot concrete room where 6 people stood in front of me, staring in silence. By the looks of it, they were smoking and throwing dice. 4 boys and 2 girls. Big Man was there, so at least there was one recognizable face. I am not walking into a concrete room inside a bridge with a group of strangers. I take a sip of my coffee cola and walk in, closing the door behind me. Hey, big man, I brought some money. So what are we doing here? I ask. Everyone? I met this dude earlier today. He bought 6 hash browns during the break. So what was your name again? Big man dumbly asks. I'm Alex. Hi, everyone. So what are we doing here? I appropriately ask. Hello, the crowd moans. I'm Dolly. This thing we're doing here is Swaglow. Heard of it? Dolly asks with an attitude. No, I haven't. I thought it was pronounced Swaglow, I say ignorantly. Geez, big man, who's this naive kid you invited? He doesn't even know how to articulate Swaglow correctly, Dolly argues. Chill, Dolly. He's got money. I'll teach him how to play, big man replies tiredly. I'm a quick learner, Dolly. Give me the short rundown, I say quickly. Rundown is you fork over $20. Then this big butt-headed man will be your teammate. I hope you lose your money, newbie, Dolly assertively replies. Thanks, Dolly, I energetically reply. Hand Dolly $20 and walk over to the big butt-headed man. The big man and I watch 4 people play Swaglow. The game's object is to roll 3 6-sided dice against a wall and hope to get the lucky numbers. For example, to roll a 4 5 6 on your turn is an automatic win, otherwise known as a Swaglow. The game is fast and loud. Each person takes their 3 dice, and depending on their roll, they either win or lose money. It is nerve-wracking to watch, but it looks so much fun when someone wins money. My teammate Big Man lets off a contagious yawn. I nudge him with my elbow to wake him up. Are you tired, Big Man? I ask with concern. Nah, dude, the stuff I'm smoking just makes me kind of lightheaded. That's all. You want some? He offers. Nah, I'm good. My family doctor diagnosed me with this reactive airway disease, so I shouldn't inhale that. But I've got this drink to make you a little sharper when we play. Swaglow, want a sip? I ask and offer my thermos of coffee cola. Sure, I'll take a sip. But, oh dang, you have a disease? Is it contagious? Should you really be here? He asked with interest. The doctor said that the disease is without complications, so it shouldn't be that bad. You don't need to worry about it. But tell me what you think of that drink, I say. This stuff is pretty dang good. What is it? Big Man happily replies. I call it coffee cola. Sweet, right? My grandpa taught me this 3 step process for making it. It's my go to drink when I need a sip of enthusiasm, I say cheerfully. Dude, I'll buy the rest of what you've got in that thermos. This stuff is dank, he cheerfully replies. Whoa, did I hear you were going to sell something, kid? Dolly interjects. This kid didn't say he was selling. I was only offering a sip to my teammate. He's the one who offered to buy it, I defensively say. Well, I get a cut if you're selling anything here, Dolly harshly replies. Eavesdrop much, Dolly? I'm just strategizing with my teammate for our game, the big man says energetically. This is 100 square foot concrete box, bonehead. Everyone in here can hear your conversation, she forcefully says. I feel like we got off on the wrong start. Do you want a waterfall some, Dolly? I ask kindly. I've been working all day. Pretty tired. I could use a kick, Dolly openly replies. What do you do for work? I ask and hand her my thermos. Dolly takes my thermos and gulps some coffee cola. I jump out of bed and stumble to my morning job at 7 a.m. working as a dishwasher. Then around 1 p.m. I work as a barista making coffee. Finally, I walk the neighborhood dogs in the evening and finish around 8 p.m. I get tip money at all 3 jobs. But yeah, I was working from 7 a.m. to 8 today, plus however long I'm here managing Swaglow, Dolly sleepily says. Wow, that work schedule sounds tough as nails. Why aren't you in high school? I thought everyone here went to Swaggeridge, I say with concern. No, I'm a dropout. I'd rather have money in my hand than be stuck in a classroom 5 days a week, she says boldly. Whoa, this is where the dropouts hang out? Huh? I ask and look around. Not all of us. I promised my dad I'd finish high school, Big Man says happily. What are you going to do with all that tip money, Dolly? I ask with interest. Follow my dream. Save it and start a company, she confidently replies. Wow, it's that easy? I ask ignorantly. Yeah, it is. Now stop asking so many darn questions. You and that big butt headed man are up to play next. I hope you lose because that means more money for me, Dolly replies, self assured. As I rolled the dice, I was thinking about Dolly's work schedule and my potential dream life as a high school dropout. She makes me want to drop out and pursue money making full time. But instead, next week I will be sitting in an uncomfortable chair learning about rocks and earth science while Dolly is going to be putting more money in her pocket. I am jealous. I went big tonight at Swaglow. I tripled the money I brought with me. It was beginner's luck, a classic way to get new people hooked on the game. I'm hanging up the dice and retiring. I want to avoid losing the next 50 times I play. Dolly and the big man gave me their phone numbers. The 516 swag LOL number is on a burner phone and only detects newcomers. Dolly and the big man understand that Swaglow is not for everyone. They are interested in working with me to get coffee cola in more people's hands. I will be talking to them soon. Look at me. I made 2 friends tonight. It looks like hanging out at a bridge at night was a good idea. Back at my dad's apartment, I heard a knock on the front door. I wonder who it could be. It is surely past visiting hours. I looked through the peephole and saw it was Mom. I unhappily opened the door. What could she possibly want? I bet she is here to spoil my great night. Now I am in an extra confrontational mood. Hello, Mom, I announce. Hello to you too. Why are you getting home so late? She asks. Were you following me or something? I demand. That's not how this works. You answer my questions. Why are you home so late? She pushes. I was hanging out with my new friends, I say. You smell awful. Is that smoke? Were you smoking? She urges. No, I was not smoking. Other people might have been, I say. You're taking a drug test, mister, she responds. Do it. Waste your money and our time. I'll gladly take a drug test, I say. I can end this whole situation of freedom you have right here, Alex. You'll be forced to live with me, and I'll make sure my son doesn't become a criminal, she remarks. Really? Are you going to watch me? I doubt it, I say back. You better watch your attitude, bub. If you slip up one more time with drugs, the law, school, or if I hear anything negative about you from any parents, this privileged life of independence at your dad's apartment is over, she warns. Are you done? I'd like to go to sleep, I say. I have legal responsibility over you, Alex. This isn't a joke. You can't run free around like a swaggo like some street animal. This isn't over. You're on thin ice, Alexander, Mom says. Good night, I say, and close the door. Okay. Chapter 5. January 3rd, 2011. Chapter 5. January 3rd, 2012, day 127, evolution. Today is a big day. It is the first day of second semester and the last day of working for the cleanup crew at Curry in a Hurry. I have a few new electives this semester: ceramics, teacher's assistant, and weight training. The real reason it is a big day is because Coffee Cola is hitting the hallways of Swagridge. Big Man Dolly and I have been working behind the scenes to get Coffee Cola sold before school starts during breaks and at lunch. Big Man manages the frontline students selling Coffee Cola over the counter in the cafeteria. Through my connection with Kong at Curry in a Hurry, we have a supplier for mass amounts of iced coffee, cola, and other ingredients. Dolly has a car, so she has been lugging around gallons of coffee cola to ensure we have enough. She's going to make sales at her barista job too. I have been relentlessly testing coffees, colas, and other added elements to create the perfect recipe. I am the only one who knows the secret piece of the puzzle, so that makes me the master chef. I want everyone to love this drink. I woke up for this important day with the most enthusiasm I have ever had because I want to be the very best that no one at Swagridge has ever seen. This coffee cola is my real test, and selling it is my dream. I will make sales every day, making everyone's eyes open wide. With each sale, I will understand the customer's power, and this will make me supreme. Success, it is my only inevitability. My intentions to become a gazillionaire are true. Many challenges and obstacles will be in my way. However, my courage will pull me through. Coffee cola. I got to school extra early today. Dolly gave me a ride. She picked me up at 6 a.m., so she had enough time to get to her 7 a.m. shift. Dolly is a great talker. She is smooth at initiating conversation. We both have gigantic aspirations. She reminds me that I have to be determined to accomplish what I have my mind set on. Hey, Dolly, I have a question, I state. Shoot, she replies. The first time I played Swaglow, why was the password EAC? I asked. It stands for Environmental Action Club. We're in Oregon, so it's kind of an enormous deal, she replies. Yeah, you're right. We learned in class that Oregon was the first state in the United States to create a bottle bill in the 1970s. I say like a student. When I went to Swagridge, I was the president of the EAC. I was in charge of recycling all the bottles and cans on campus and cashing the money. I've seen people throw bottles out their car windows like it's nothing. That's why they created the tax in the first place. At least some of us can make a few bucks for cleaning this place up, she replies. So what's the game plan for today? Dolly asks. Drop me off behind the cafeteria. Big man is going to meet us there. His girlfriend talked with the school lunch ladies and got Big man hired to work the cafeteria with her friends. So we've got a workforce ready to sell coffee cola by the 6-ounce cup, I say. That's good. That's good. And what about the money? How are we going to keep it safe? Dolly asks, like a businesswoman. I'll collect the cash from Big Man and be late for my classes. I've got a safe cash box with a combination lock in my backpack, so the money will be safe there, I say. Let's meet at the bridge tonight to count the money, Dolly replies happily. Cool, I'll check out the EAC today and see who the members are, I say. Have a good day at school, Dolly says, then kisses me on the cheek. Dolly, I say, then close my eyes and go in for a kiss on the lips. Dolly pushes my face away with both her hands, and my face smushes into the shotgun seat window. Get out! I'll be late for work, you nincompoop, she screeches. In a daze, I open my eyes and jump out the car. Without the door closing, Dolly speeds off and the door slams when she takes a turn. I was not expecting that kiss on the cheek at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. Does that count as my first kiss? I hope not. I was not even ready. Meanwhile, Big Man is making a sign for the coffee cola at the cafeteria. Hey, Big Man, what do you think you're doing here? I ask. I'm making a sign. Can't you see? Coffee cola, $2 a cup, the Big Man replies. You gotta write in big flashing colors, new coffee cola, and put a $3.50 on the sign. Then put a giant red slash through the 350, and then the phrase $2 a cup, I say. Well, if you want it a certain way, you make the sign. I'm gonna pour more coffee cola cups, he replies. The saying, want something done right, do it yourself, comes into play in working with people, I mutter to myself. Once that sign is done, we're ready to start selling, Big Man says. Great. I will walk around and tell people about coffee cola, I exclaim. Here, take a cup, Big Man says, and hands me a coffee cola. The hallways of Swagridge look in need of some excitement. With a cup of coffee cola in my hand, I start telling people that the cafeteria is selling something new and sweet. While making my way around, I head to the sign up wall. This is where I can find information on after school clubs or events. The only one I am interested in is the Environmental Action Club. I wrote my email down on the contact list and continue to talk to people about coffee cola. Today ended up being a somewhat boring day at school. Some people like our coffee cola. Sales were fine, but not great. Maybe because I am not behind the counter selling coffee cola, that is why I do not feel fulfilled with joy. On the bright side, I did get an email from the Environmental Action Club welcoming me as a new member. I can attend my first meeting next week. After school, I did my last shift at Courier Hurry and received the last cash I will see from that smelly place. Kong and I said our goodbyes over a plate of chicken sauté. Then I went to the bridge to meet with Dolly and Big Man to divide the cash from coffee cola sales. When I was walking home late after our bridge meetup, Mom was waiting for me outside Dad's apartment again. Let me guess, hanging out with your smoker friends, Mom asks. Yep, that's me, Mom. I'm one of those people now, I say sarcastically. You know, smoking is illegal for people your age, Mom says like a parent. Well, I'm not smoking, I say sternly. But the people you hang out with are smoking, and that's a crime. Haven't you heard of secondhand smoke? Mom asks, like I am unaware. I don't care, I say rudely. Why are you looking for trouble, Alex? Mom asks with an attitude. Mom, I want to drop out of school, I sigh. No, stop it. You can't. Don't say that, Mom replies. It's just so boring to sit in the classroom every day, I say. You need to learn how to like it. It's the law for you to be there, Mom says. But I don't know how to like it. I wish I never had to go back, I say. Alex, you need a high school education. You have to graduate, Mom replies. What if I help you sell things online? I ask. No, Mom reacts. I'm not going to another 1,248 days more. I'm not going to another 1,248 more high school days, I say. You'll have to do many things in life you don't enjoy, Alex, Mom says. Well, this whole K through 12 experience sucks. I want to sell something, I say. I thought you were only washing dishes. Are you selling drugs? Mom asks. You are so annoying. You should learn to trust me, I counter. Where is this all coming from, Alex? Seriously, you have issues, Mom says. Maybe you and the rest of this family are my issue, Mother, I say. No, it's not us. We did a great job raising you as a child, Mom says. Leave me alone. I want to go to sleep, I say sadly. You have to give school another chance, Mom says. No, I say and walk away. I went inside Dad's apartment, and to my surprise, Dad was in the kitchen. Hey, buddy, why the long face? Dad asks. Dad, did you hear anything Mom and I were talking about outside? I asked. No, is everything okay? Dad asks. No, not really, I say bitterly. What's wrong? Dad calmly asks. I want to drop out of high school, I say. School was a lot different when I was your age, Dad replies. So you were fine with me dropping out? I ask excitedly. I'd be a terrible parent if I said yes. So the answer is no, bud, Dad replies. I don't know what I'm going to do then, I say. All I can do is give you some words of wisdom, Dad replies. Some quotes from Gandhi is going to save my life, I ask sarcastically. All you can do is live one day at a time, son, Dad asks. Dad says. Dad, why are you the good cop and Mom is the bad cop? I ask. I'm traveling most of the time, so it's best that way, Dad replies. Hopefully school's better tomorrow than it was today, I state. Attaboy, you can have despair or hope, Alex, one day at a time, Dad says. Dad walked over and messed up my hair as a good cop does. He gave me a nod goodnight and went to bed. He was leaving in the morning for another sales trip. I went to bed with a lot on my mind because today was my last day at Curry in a Hurry and I do not have 100% confidence in this coffee cola idea after today's sales. If sales do not increase drastically, I will have to get another cruddy after school job. The next day, I woke up in a crummy mood. I purposely stood in the rain without a rain jacket as I waited for the 7 a.m. bus ride to school. Rainwater drips from my hair as I walk through the main doors of Swaggeridge. To my surprise, people were rushing towards the cafeteria. Was it finally happening? Was Coffee Cola selling out? On my way to the coffee cola line, a girl and a boy are arguing outside the cafeteria. They both have cups of coffee cola in their hands. I cautiously eavesdrop on their conversation while pretending to text on my phone. I'm not fat. Why would you say that? The girl says to the boy. I didn't say fat. I asked, how's your cat? Are you okay? The boy replies. What color are your eyes usually? They're changing colors, the girl says. What? My eyes are blue. What are you talking about? The boy asks. They keep changing really fast, too. Blue to green to red, the girl replies. You need a nurse. Something is definitely wrong with you, the boy says. But let's get another coffee cola first, the girl says. Fine. After that, though, you need to see the nurse, the boy replies. I love buy one, get one free. I'm getting at least 4 more, the girl says. Once I heard that conversation, I walked in the opposite direction of the cafeteria. No one should be drinking 4 cups of coffee cola. I did not want to be part of what was going on with coffee cola. If that girl had delusions or hallucinations from drinking too much of my recipe, I was about to be in a buttload of trouble. I never spoke to the big man about cutting people off or limiting sales to people with addictive personalities. In addition, the idea of buy one, get one free could maybe lead to people drinking too much. I've been drinking coffee cola for a couple years now, but only through trial and error do I know how to control myself around something so delicious. How did I not see this coming? I should have put a warning label on each cup. I have no idea what consequences are headed my way at this point. Never have I ever been early to homeroom, but today was different. Daisy, my high functioning, happy go lucky homeroom mentor, was frantically organizing today's homeroom lessons when I walked in. This could be my last shot to get her number. It is only a matter of time before someone overdoses on coffee cola and I am put on trial for the damages. Before I could walk up to her, Daisy noticed I was present earlier than ever. Alex, what are you doing here? You are always here a mere moment after the bell rings, always at that split second where it is cruel to mark you as late. People like you don't take homeroom seriously. However, these lessons are nothing short of helpful. Ugh. However, these lessons are nothing short of helpful to a young high schooler's developing brain. Today, I am talking about social cues in the classroom. Moreover, how to score a great relationship with your teachers, Daisy says competently. I know, Daisy. I unfortunately took homeroom as a joke. My problem is I don't sincerely take school seriously, I say. Well, you should. School is, in fact, a serious time. These 4 years here will decide your future. You should know that, Daisy says. This traditional school thing doesn't work for me. I think today may be my last day in your homeroom, Daisy. It being my last day, could I get your phone number so we can stay in touch? Maybe we can get together this summer, I say. What? No. What's wrong with you? Daisy asks hectically. It's hard to explain. Are you sure, though, I can't have your number? I ask carelessly. I don't give out my number to my homeroom students. I have to keep my boundaries, she replies appallingly. If I'm not your student anymore, then couldn't I get your number? I hysterically ask. You've asked me 3 times, and it's starting to piss me off. Go to your seat. I'm done talking with you, she fiercely replies. At my desk, I twiddled my thumbs and stared at the clock. Everyone else in my homeroom class showed up on time, and Daisy started class. Dev sat next to me and ate some day-old hash browns. He secretly tried offering me a piece, but I denied the offer. Nothing can fix the fear I am feeling right now. I looked around the room and watched everyone attentively enjoying Daisy's homeroom lesson on social cues. I sat in contempt. Why can I not enjoy this lesson at 6:45 a.m. like everyone else? As I asked myself the universe's biggest question, I got a text from mom. It reads, "They are trying to expel you. Let me do the talking. Follow along. Don't mess this up." Then the moment I had been waiting for happened. A student office assistant walked into the homeroom and handed a note to Daisy. Alexandre? Daisy regretfully says. Ooh, my classmates say. Quiet down, everyone, Daisy announces. Yes? I ask. Alexandre, your presence is needed in the front office, Daisy disappointingly says. Okie dokie, I wonder why the front office needs my presence, I reply sarcastically and walk out of Daisy's homeroom with everyone's eyes on me. Daisy and I made eye contact one last time. At the main office, Dana was waiting for me. He was shaking his head in frustration. I was in trouble. So I frowned and did not say anything. Dana led me to the principal's office. The principal, my mom, and a police officer were talking when Dana walked me in. Here's the little entrepreneur, Dana says as he closes the door behind us. The mastermind behind this coffee cola fiasco, the principal states. Want me to book him? The officer asks. Is that necessary? I believe this is only a misunderstanding, my mom says. Yes, I believe this is an honest misunderstanding, I say. You'll speak when spoken to, the police officer shouts. Let's back it up, everyone. I want to make sure all 5 of us are on the same page here. Alexander, my name is Principal Kennedy. This is not my favorite way to formally meet one of my swagger students. Nonetheless, you are the main perpetrator of this coffee cola situation. Now an officer is here because a student had to go to the hospital about 10 minutes ago, and her mother called the police, claiming that this coffee cola crap poisoned her daughter. I'm looking at expelling you, Alexander, Principal Kennedy says earnestly. I understand, I say. You shut your mouth, kid, or I'll shut it for you. Do you have any idea what you're up against here? You belong in juvie, the police officer spouts. Please, officer, let me handle this. I will let you know your responsibilities with Alexander shortly. Principal Kennedy replies with experience. I truly believe my son was only sharing his homemade drink with the other students, Principal Kennedy. He did not mean to hurt anyone, Mom says, like we're in court. Is that true? Principal Kennedy asked me directly. Yes, Principal Kennedy, I say. I want to believe you. However, there had to be a whole operation behind this coffee cola disaster. There were multiple gallons of that stuff sold this very morning. And what about the money? Were you personally collecting this money, Alexander? Principal Kennedy asked. Yes, but it's all being donated to the Environmental Action Club, I exclaimed. Well, that's admirable. I do like funding the environment. but it doesn't explain this whole back end operation. When we questioned the student serving the sugary caffeinated drink, everyone, including a student named Big Man, a strange kid, pointed towards you being the point person with the plan. Why is that? Principal Kennedy asks. If I may, Principal Kennedy, my son, Alexandre, has had an unorthodox childhood. To say the least, his father and I have had to focus nearly all of our resources and energy on our older son, eldest son. You may remember him, Stephen Seiji, deceased? Mom asks. Oh my goodness, Steph is your older brother? Principal Kenny asks, surprised. Yes, I whisper. Yes, Steph is Alex's older brother. I'm so glad you remember Steph. I'm so sorry my husband and I have not been more active in the Parent Teacher Association. You see, my husband travels nearly 300 days a year for work, and I split my time between my online business, Steph, and Alexander. As you can imagine, Alexandre was merely seeking attention and made an honest mistake by sharing his coffee cola recipe with his classmates, Mom says confidently. I can say one thing, Alexander. Your situation with me definitely does change because Steph was one of our catalyst students in the district special education program. Isn't that right, Dana? Principal Kennedy says with a smile. Oh yes, he has a real way with people. But on the other hand, what do we do with this deceased boy? Dana asked suspiciously. Yeah, what do we do with this beardless, unsophisticated, undeveloped, inexperienced hoodlum? The police officer presses. Please calm down, officer. I trust we can negotiate, Principal Kennedy says. I assume the officer agrees Alexander needs some state sanctions as punishment for what happened here today, Mom adds. Really? And what do you have in mind? Principal Kennedy asks. For starters, as much drug testing as possible, then some form of counseling. After that, weekly community service. Then, officer, you should fingerprint him down at the station. Then you'll have him on record if he decides to get into more trouble. He needs structure. He cannot have a minute for himself. His father and I have given him all the freedom for his first semester of high school, and look what he went ahead and did. Ridiculous, if you ask me, Mom says responsibly. Dana, any thoughts? Principal Kenny asked. I know how rumors run around this school. Alexander would not be able to stay here. He'll need to find another school to graduate from. Not Swagridge High, though, Dana says. Alexandre, is that what you go by? Can I call you Alex? Principal Kennedy asked. Yes, Alex is fine, I replied. Have you ever been a guinea pig? Principal Kenny asked with a smirk. Maybe. What do you mean exactly? I asked. Well, your brother was a wave maker around here for the special education program. I wonder if you can have some use for us here at Swagridge while technically not being at Swagridge. We've been theorizing this pilot program for something called SwagNet Public Schooling. It's an online public school. Would you be interested? You'd be our first test subject, Principal Kenny asked. He'll do it, Mom says passionately. Okay, sure, I say under my breath. Splendid. Dana, here's your guinea pig for the SwagNet program. Mom, officer, you two can square out what disciplinary actions through the state you want. Alex here to experience. Could we not put anything on his personal record, though? I'd like to not completely destroy his future or chances of getting accepted into college. Principal Kennedy says. Can I say something? Can I say one thing? I ask. Whoa, I can cuff him, Principal Kennedy, the police officer says. No, not necessary. What is it, Alex? Make it quick, Principal Kennedy says. Can I still be a part of the after school environmental action club? I ask. Dana, what do you think? Principal Kennedy asks. Maybe. I don't know if you should be allowed on Swagger's public property. I'll think about it and let you know. You and I will be talking a lot about SwagNet schooling, Dana replies and rolls his eyes. So can I cuff him now? The police officer asks. Cuff him, Mom says like a cop. Wait, what? Are you serious? What law did I even break? I ask, squealing. The police officer really wants to cuff you, so let it happen. I'll meet you down at the station to figure out your drug testing and community service, Mom replies. Come here, you little delinquent, the police officer says and slaps the cuffs on my wrist. Nice to meet you, Alex. I'm happy this worked out for everyone. Goodbye, Principal Kennedy says. I was walked out of the front door of Swaggers Public High School by the police officer, metal cuffs on my wrist. Students looked through their homeroom classroom windows as I was escorted into the back of the Swaglow police car. I can only imagine the loathsome gossip that will be spread about me during break today. In all honesty, I only wanted to share my coffee cola recipe with the world and thought sharing it at school was a bright idea. I was wrong. What a terrible idea. At least I won't have to ride the school bus anymore. I hope this online school is not more irritating than in person school. In the back seat of the cop car, the police officer sparked a conversation with me on the way to the station. How do you think I did back there? I was pretty intimidating, wasn't I? The police officer asked excitedly. Huh? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you're a fully grown adult with a badge and handcuffs, so that's pretty intimidating, right? I asked ironically. Today was my first day on the job, so I wanted to be extra tough, the police officer says. Today was really your first day of being a police officer? I asked. Yeah, and you're my first arrest, the police officer adds. Well, I'm not technically being arrested. You're more or less just giving me a ride to the station so my mom can lecture me in public. You didn't even read me my Miranda rights, I say. Dang it, I forgot about those, the police officer says. Okay, well, I'm gonna stare out the window, so I say, hey, what's the drink you got in trouble? Hey, what's the drink that got you in trouble? The police officer asks. Oh, geez. It's called coffee cola, a mix of iced coffee and cola soda, and add more sugar or caffeine supplements to get an added effect, I say. Wow, that sounds delicious. I'll have to try some, the police officer says. Don't overdose or you'll get zapped into a stimulant psychosis episode. At least that's what happened here today and why I'm sitting here with you. Great, good to know. Thanks. I can't wait to share this with the other officers back at the station, the police officer says. Hey, you didn't hear it from me, okay? This was your idea if you go around sharing coffee cola with other people. I don't want any more of these uncontrollable situations coming my way, I reply, and stare outside at the rain. All right, chapter 6. Chapter 6. May 30th, 2012, day 275, summer. Today I start my summer career at Oaks Park Amusement Park. Ugh. Today I start my summer career at Oaks Amusement Park. I want to work at the corn dog stand. Who knows? I will probably be thrown into doing odd jobs this summer at the park. No employment sticks to a single job description. I got to make this summer last. Sophomore year is going to be a purgatory of a year. Mom is forcing me to live with her next year after what I accidentally caused back at Swaggeridge. This upcoming school year will either make or break my relationship with her. Now I have this terrible reputation in Lake Oswego because of the coffee cola incident. Despite the defamation of my Despite the defamation of my character, though, I still have friends. Dolly, Dev, and Big Man will talk to me regardless of the rumors spread. They are all going to visit me at Oaks Park this summer. I'm a little salty that Big Man ratted me out during the coffee cola incident, but I understand he did not want to get in trouble like me. My undeniable hope is that I run into Daisy this summer. I have not seen or talked to her since I was escorted out of Swaggeridge. My favorite part of summer is I get to sleep in for once. The park opens at 11 a.m., so I leave the apartment complex around 10 a.m. on my kid-sized cruiser bike. It is small for someone 5 feet 2 inches tall, but it is all I have. It is pretty sweet though. It has 7 speeds, front and back tire brakes, and a bell. The bike ride is about 25 minutes to Oaks Park. First, I take a shortcut over Dolly's Gambling Bridge, then I ride my bike through the Oak Grove community until I see the roller coasters. On the bike ride over to Oaks Park, I am joyfully riding in the bike lane up Southeast 17th Avenue when all of a sudden I hear this car speed up from behind me. The driver takes this sketchy right turn in front of me. I brake as hard as possible to avoid getting hit by this cursed driver. By mistake, I hit the front brakes of my body flies over the handlebars of my bike. I lay on the pavement in the bike lane to catch my breath until a fellow biker cusses me out to get out of the way. First, a car nearly hits me, and now a fellow biker is yelling at me. I am no longer in Lake Oswego. I am so flustered by the situation that I walk my bike on the sidewalk until I feel safe enough to join traffic again. That was a close one, though. I am so happy to be alive. More good news, my bike is not broken. Bad news, I am going to be late for my first day of selling corn dogs. At Oaks Park, I will park my bike with the others along the Willamette River. Behind the boathouse, I speed walk to the front entrance where I was supposed to be 10 minutes ago. This day marks the 107th year Oaks Park has been open for business. And the park takes that super seriously. Out of breath, I introduce myself and explain why I am late. Unfortunately, all the hot dog positions are filled up. It is first come, first serve, and I am last. The only jobs left for the summer are the hardest. I am stuck running random errands for the guest services booth. It is the least fun job at the park because you have to solve whatever problems are thrown your way. I am nervous that customers will come running with impossible to solve issues that I cannot figure out. My guest services supervisor will probably be disappointed in me. Then I will not be able to use Oaks Park as a future job reference. I was generally looking forward to having the hot dog stand on my resume. 10 minutes after my complaining is over, the gates open and summer at Oaks Park starts. I'm excited about what is ahead this summer at Oaks Park because I get a discount to have fun at the amusement park when I am not working. There's a mini golf course, arcade games, puke zone rides, go karts, bumper cars, Ferris wheels, roller coasters, and delicious food. Shaved ice, elephant ears, churros, corn dogs with honey, and soft serve ice cream are what I will be eating all summer. Tonight, being the first evening the park is open, there will be a live concert at sunset. The 4th of July Spectacular will be a memorable event too. Lastly, the end of summer dance at the Oaks Park Historic Dance Pavilion will be a great way to end the sunny season. After a discouraging first year of high school, this summer at Oaks Park is all I need. My daydream is stopped by two parents rushing to guest services booth because they lost their kid. I dropped my jaw in disbelief. My first assignment is to find a kid in an amusement park. This job does not pay enough. I immediately take a walkie talkie and start looking. I am looking for a 7-year-old boy with freckles, a ginger colored bowl cut hairstyle, and a peanut allergy. This cannot be that hard. He must stick out like a sore thumb. I checked the kids zone, the roller rink, and the puke zone, all while my supervisor is harassing me on the walkie to find this kid. His parents his parents are important people, I guess. As I pass the Screaming Eagle ride, a small tablet comes flying from the sky and hits me in the back of the head. Ouch! What a troublesome day. I already fell off my bike and did not get the corn dog position. I am so happy to be alive. The tablet's screen ends up cracking when it hits the ground. Too bad for whoever bought it. As a good Boy Scout, I go to the Screaming Eagle and ask everyone there if this is their tablet. When no one came forward to claim it, I headed back to the guest services booth to put it in the lost and found. Back at the guest services booth, the parents of the lost child get in my face for not finding their son. It has been 30 minutes. Where is Junior? The father remarks. I looked everywhere, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't see him anywhere, I say. You didn't find him? You must hurry. Go find him, the mother demands. Wait, you two have just been sitting here the whole time? Why aren't you two looking for him? He is your son, I say. How insulting. We've been terrified that Junior is missing, and you challenge us in our time of worrying for his life, the mother responds. Hey, lady, I'm not going to spend all day looking for your kid. I'm sure he's fine. This is a safe park, I say. Listen here, you better get back to looking for our kid, or else we'll make sure you are fired, the father says. Now you are threatening me? Wow, real mature for a couple of adults. Maybe he ran away for a good reason. Look at you two. I can't believe you're even allowed to be parents, I shoot back. What did he say? I'm going to faint, dear, the mother says. Where is your supervisor? I can't believe the way you've handled this situation, the father says. Hello, sir. What seems to be the problem? My supervisor asks. Your employee is being utterly insensitive to our son being missing. Does he even know who we are? The father replies. He's made our situation much worse than it needs to be. I want him gone, the mother adds. I spent 30 minutes looking for their kid, I shout. Alex, that's enough out of you. Wait inside the front office. Sir, ma'am, I'm so sorry about what you've experienced today. Let's solve this issue for you, the supervisor says. I walk into the front office with enough rage to start a war. My elbows sting from falling off my bike, and my head hurts from that tablet falling from the sky. Why does it feel like everything on earth is working against me? Those people should be able to keep track of their kid. This situation is not my fault. I better not get fired for this. I am taking this tablet with me if I get fired. I swear on my parents' lives. With smoke coming out of my ears, my supervisor walks through the door. Well, you've done it now, Alex, the supervisor says. What did I even do wrong? I ask. Let's just say those parents want your head on a stick. You managed to piss off the new owners of Oaks Park. You better skedaddle, kid, the supervisor says. So I am fired? I ask. We don't like to fire people, but it'd be better for everyone's interest if you jumped out that back window and never came back to Oaks Park, the supervisor says. You're going to make me cry. If I could cry, I'd cry right now, I'd say. Look, it's not entirely your fault, but in this business, whoever owns the park is right. So if they despise you on the first day of summer, this job, unfortunately, is not going to work for you, the supervisor says. I don't even want to spend my summer here. I'll find something 10 times more fun than eating all my favorite treats and I mumble. Okay, buddy, come on. Let's get a move on. Summer at Oaks Park is over. If you decide to come back as a customer, wear a disguise. Here, take some corn dog coupons, the supervisor replies. The supervisor helps me crawl out the back window. The parents of the lost kid are banging on the front door office because their kid is still missing. I was heartbroken that my dream job was over before it started. I am still so happy to be alive. Not looking back, I sprinted with a limp to my bike. I held tight to my new tablet and corn dog coupons. Once this summertime sadness ends, my next steps will be to repair this tablet, and then these adults will respect me because I will have a working piece of technology. Technology! Chapter 7, June 15th, 2012. Day 291. Negotiate. It is official. My 2012 summertime sadness is over. A recent news article in the Lake Oswego Review got my hopes up. It is about the missing kid from Oaks Park. He has become a local hero for the 17 years and under community. His article in the newspaper reads, a local ginger-haired freckled-faced boy with a peanut allergy named Christopher forced his parents into a plea bargain with the help of Assets Collections, Inc. Christopher's parents wrongfully unplugged his gaming computer while he was in the middle of winning a competitive video game tournament. Emotional distress was heavily taken into the consideration during the Christopher v. Parents civil lawsuit. A small win for young people in this adult versus minor world, and it also legitimizes that those parents could be held responsible for me losing my job. I could create a case against them, but I do not want that stress in my life. I want to move on. My biggest concern is getting this tablet to its full potential. There's a technology store in downtown Lake Oswego, so I am headed there on my bike to see how they can help me. Inside the store, a woman is working the front desk. She welcomed me when I walked in. Hello, young man. What can I help you with today? She asks. This tablet, it's kind of broken, as you can tell. I say, oh, yes, you'll definitely need a new screen, she says. Yes, and how much do you think that'll cost? I ask. With parts and labor, around $250, she replies. $250, I grasp. Sounds like you don't have the money, do you? She replies. I just wasn't expecting it to cost that much, I say. Don't you have a job? She asks. I'm actually in between work right now, I say. Well, go work somewhere, then come back, she says. Is there any work here you need help with? I ask. I doubt it, she replies. What about marketing? I could help this place get attention, I say. And how do you market a business like mine? She asks. I can stand outside and shout at cars and pedestrians, I say. You could be my human billboard. I actually have some stuff in storage you could use, she replies. Okay, so let's say I am your billboard. Are you paying me, or is this a trade for fixing my tablet? I ask. Definitely a trade, she replies. If the minimum wage is $8.80 and you're charging me $250 to fix the tablet, that's about 29 hours of me being a human billboard, right? I ask. I don't know if you'll be any good at being a human billboard, so you're going to need to do more than 29 hours, she replies. How many hours then? Because I will be making less than minimum wage at that point, I say. Don't think about the minimum wage. This is a trade for your time for my services, she replies. All right, so how about 35 hours, I ask. How about 3 weeks' time, she asks. 120 hours, I ask. Well, how badly do you want this tablet fixed? I guarantee I'm the only one in town who can get this back to working perfectly, she replies. How about 80 hours, 2 weeks, I say. Let's do 160 hours, 4 weeks, she counters. What if my human billboarding guarantees you sales? It doesn't seem fair if I work 160 hours guaranteeing you millions of dollars in exchange for you doing my $250 job, I say. Millions? Haha. I still have no guarantee you are a good human billboard. So if you are terrible, you'll have to do 120 hours. But if you can bring me sales, then you have to bring in, let's say, $2,225, she says. Deal, I say. The next day, I got to the technology repair shop at around 7 a.m. There's no time to sleep in when a trade deal like this is on the table. I can make $2,250 worth of sales easily. I will have my tablet with my sales skills by the end of the week. At the technology store, the owner, Janice, gave me my human billboard equipment. I had to wear a giant foam suit shaped like a cell phone. Then I was given this sign to twirl. The sign read fire sale. Once I had the outfit on and sign in my hands, I felt embarrassed. I did not want to back out of the deal, so I swallowed my ego and stepped onto the sidewalk at 8 a.m. to make some sales. It was Saturday morning, and people were out and about for the Lake Oswego Summer Saturday Market. This was my chance to attract a crowd and get people toward the store's fire sale. My strategy is to sing and dance to some catchy musical phrases, then hope my costume mixed with a giant sign will get people to come inside. From the looks of it, Lake Oswego mothers were doing their organic produce shopping, so I adapted my tunes for them as an audience. Get your Michael Kors bags out. Get yourself a scientific treat. A scientific treat. All sales are final. All sales are final. Get your Louis Vuitton purses out. Get yourself a high-tech treat. A high-tech treat. All sales are final. All sales are final. Are you feeling shy? Did you know technology can be fun? It's really fun. The fire sale is almost over, but today has just begun. Don't think too much or for too long. Just look at me. Please look at me. Our doors are open. There's free Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. The internet flows and everybody goes. Everybody goes. Everybody's gonna go. Everybody's gonna go. Everybody's gonna go. Get your Kate Spade purses out. Get yourself a computer treat. A computer treat. All sales are final. All sales are final. You need to buy organic, but what does that mean? What does that mean? You say you want to recycle, but what about your batteries? Your batteries. Just remember, our doors are open. There's free Wi-Fi. There's free Wi-Fi. I'm talking to you. Buy some technology. Get your Gucci horsebit bags out. Get yourself an electronic treat. An electronic treat. All sales are final. All sales are final. Get your Chanel handbags out. Get yourself a lithium ion treat. A lithium ion treat. All sales are final. All sales are final. It only took me one full Saturday of human billboarding to reach my goal of $2,250 for my tablet trade deal with Janice, the owner of the Lake Oswego technology store. She felt like I hustled her in our trade, but I swear I did not. I did not. I'm simply a charming human billboard. All the mothers I met were keen to talk to me about organic processed foods and clarify their household battery recycling rules. Mothers love to educate me on the topics their kids will not listen to. After I gave these mothers a shoulder to lean on, they wanted to help in every possible way. This was when I directed them towards the technology fire sale inside, and they made sure to mention my name at checkout. I created quite the commotion on Saturday, and guess who happened to stumble upon my triumphant moment? My mother. She was unhappy to see her son chatting it up with all her peers. We made eye contact, then I got the sense we would talk about this incident back at her apartment. Also, I'm still waiting on my tablet to be fixed. Janice said she would call me when it was ready. Chapter 8, July 7th, 2012, day 313, all physical. Guess what I got today? My tablet. This thing makes my life so much easier. Online public school is going to be way better on this tablet. What should I name my tablet? People name their cars, and I do not have a car, so it only feels right to be on a first-name basis with my favorite inanimate object. Turn on, Roger. I have work to do. Last school year, the second semester, I was dragging my butt to the Lake Oswego Public Library to use a computer. This year, I can do my school from anywhere I have a Wi-Fi signal. Mom knows I have it, but I try not to let her see me use it. I'm waiting for the moment when she confronts me about it. Uh-oh, here we go. So, Alex, did you buy that at the technology store downtown? I didn't know you had that type of money, Mom asked suspiciously. No, I got it when I was employed at Oaks Park. Then Janice at the technology store fixed it for me, I say. Oh, so you stole it while at Oaks Park? Mom asked. No, I didn't steal it. I found it, and no one claimed it. So by the finder's keeper's rule, it is mine. I am housing a convict. I'm now an accomplice. I'm ruined. You've ruined me, Alex, she replies. Why are you so dramatic, I ask. Generations have sacrificed for you, Alex, and you repay them with your schemes, she replies. I am a survivor. I wake up each morning like everyone else to make a few bucks. You are mad because I want to be the best. What are you going to be the best at, Mom asks. I don't know yet, I say. Enough of this horseplay. There are exactly 50 days left until you start online school for your sophomore year. I am your mother, and you will do what I say so you are ready for the school year. While living under my roof, there aren't going to be any more under-the-table jobs, sketchy projects, or trade deals, she says. You'll have to stick to me like glue for that to happen, I say. I will. I am your mother, and this is love, and you're going to love it, she says. My mother is not a people pleaser. She makes it her mission to make sure everyone she encounters is not pleased. I enjoy being a people pleaser. Why not make other people happy if you have the power to? Moreover, people have created a boot. Moreover, Mom has created a boot camp for me, and she will watch me like a drill sergeant until school starts. So my fun teenage summer is officially out the window. My first week of mom camp starts with scheduling routine drug tests, a checkup at the doctor's office, a dentist appointment, working with a counselor, and community service. Of course, I will go through the motions to please her. However, in my head, I will be on my own mission. I have to figure out this relationship with my mom. We are polar opposite people, which is why we butt heads. My first memories of my mother are back in our Culver City apartment in California when I was between 3 and 5 years old. Her hands were on her hips, and I looked up at her. She told me my brother had autism, like I was supposed to know what that meant. I remember getting in trouble for eating a family sized bag of Doritos on the car ride home from the supermarket. To eat and digest that whole bag was like a pharmaceutical drug experiment. My entire head was shaking uncontrollably, and my eyes were popping out of my head. The last California apartment memory was when I tried to run away. I forget why I was running away, but I remember her acting calm as I packed my bag of action figures. She ended up convincing me to stay. She used to be a master at persuading me that her opinion was right. Deep down, I know she is right about many things, but there is this fire inside of me that wants to debate her on any subject that comes out of her mouth. On the bright side of life, I have my trusty tablet. It will aid me in figuring out the answers to solve my mommy issues. Whenever I have a problem, I start hypothesizing solutions to my issues. Other teenagers probably have similar issues, so I might as well post my ideas on this internet website called Reddit with my tablet. I want people to read what I am writing, so I am putting my ideas under a more respected identity. I am writing about solutions on how to manage this relationship with my mom. My first Reddit article is titled How to Parent Your Mom. It sounds like something other teenagers my age will find interesting. How to Parent Your Mom by Dr. Myers Westlaw, the mom expert. Are you a teenage boy in the United States constantly butting heads for freedom with your mother? Is she of Eastern Asian descent? Is she under 5 feet 3 inches tall but acts like she is 6'5"? Is she less than college educated? And does she have an irrational fear of oceans? If you answered yes to all these questions, I have the solution for you. As a teenager and minor, you are probably infuriated to have a single person dictating your whole existence. This article on how to parent your mom will take you through the crash course on navigating your mom. Most moms have a plan for parenting their children from the age of 0 to age 18. As the kid, you should have a plan on how to parent them too. The long-term goals for the techniques we will cover are to make sure your mother believes you can do no harm in this world and that you are the smartest, most magical gifted individual to touch the planet Earth. After you implement these tactics, your mother will never negatively question anything. Another thing you do, in turn, you will psychologically become a parental figure in your mom's mind. Now, this is not a cakewalk. There are a lot of daily routines, legwork, and challenging conversations ahead if you want to accomplish your goal of being your parent's parent. However, the long-term payout for this crash course will drastically help you profit from your mother-son, son-mother relationship. For this to work effectively, you'll have to imagine your mother as a newborn baby, 0 years old. Wow, now she's a toddler, and you're younger than you. Congrats. Year 0 and 1-year-old newborns are all physical. You will manage your mom's eating, changing, sleeping, sitting up, crawling, walking, and diaper routines. In this minor versus parent relationship, you will need to create the perception that you have more knowledge and control of your life than your mother. Let's start with eating. Eating. You will want to comment on your mother's eating habits. Look at how she chews and drinks water and comment on how she can do everything better. When she asks where these comments are coming from, direct blame towards your school and family doctor. Also, internet websites with .org or .gov URLs are good places to shift blame to. Look at how she uses her fork and knife at the dinner table. Is she making too many sounds with her utensils? If so, tell her that your ears are hypersensitive to hearing that metal clanking noise and that your dinner table manners are causing you distress. As a child, you need to have the emotional argument that she brought you into this world and you love her. So definitely use this to your advantage. Practice makes perfect. Practice your emotional arguments in the mirror before bed. Listen to loud music through a speaker or radio so she cannot hear what you are saying. You need to learn how to argue with loud background noise. This will help you concentrate on your talking points while ignoring outside frequency. You have won a conversation when she says, "Yes, I am so sorry, honey. You are right. What do you want me to do for you that will make you happy?" Changing clothes. The average mother wants to dress up their son. Let her do this. Play along that you enjoy her input on how you dress. When she seems to be at her most confident with your outfit, you need to start changing parts of your wardrobe 5 to 10 times per day. If you have the ability to do a complete clothing change, please do. The best thing you can do is start and finish with the first outfit. Every time you change, you will want to get her comments and affirmations on your apparel change. This is also when you can start dyeing your hair and giving yourself tattoos with household products. For school days, you want to bring extra pairs of clothing with you and constantly send your mother photos via text message of your outfit changes. If you do not have a phone, borrow someone else's. The tactic here is to have your mother give you too many affirmations to the point where she overwhelmingly compliments you for whatever you wear, even if it is hideous. Sleep. You need to live on her sleep schedule. You need to wake up and put her to sleep each night. You need to be the last person she sees and the first person she sees every single day. The best performance here is to awake 5 minutes before her alarm and to be by her bedside to turn off the morning alarm. In the evenings, wait for her to fall asleep, then go into her room, wake her up, and wish her good night. Again, using the reason of undevoted love and thankfulness that she brought you into this world to your mother is the best way to avoid any suspicions of the techniques you are using on her. Let's get into the diaper routine. The following is a free trial article for the How to Parent Your Mom self-help series by Myers Westlaw, the mom expert. We hope this appetizer has helped you battle for freedom with your mother. If you are up to the challenge of fully parenting your mom and want access to the remaining article, get your credit card ready. I need to scrummage some cash and get my hands on a credit card to set up a legit website to receive people's online money. I wonder if Dolly can help. Let me give her a call. Beep boop bop. Hello? Dolly answers. Dolly, it's Alex. How are you? I asked charmingly. Oh, hey, Alex. What do you want? She replies. What do I want? I was just calling to talk to you, I say. Oh, really? So what do you want to talk about then? She replies. Wow, I'm nervous. So how about that 6:30 a.m. kiss on the cheek, I say. Oh gosh, you want to talk about that? She asks. Of course, let's get everything on the table, I say. Well, that coffee cola idea was exhilarating to be a part of, she says. It was exciting, and none of it would have happened without you, I say. It's too bad you got busted. We could have been rich, she replies. We were so close. Hey, sometimes I daydream we were successful off coffee cola, and I could have taken you on a real date with all that money. A date? That sounds great. Too bad that's just a dream, she replies. Well, what if we rented that dream and went on that date with a credit card? Do you have one? I ask. What? I don't know. I've never thought of that before, she replies. I'm kind of locked up right now from working, but from the research I've done online with my new tablet, Roger, a bank will give you a credit card in a heartbeat. Then maybe we could go on that date and I'll, of course, pay you back, I say. I have a lot to think about, she replies. Okay, you think about it. I thought it was a fun idea, I say. It does sound fun. I'm just nervous about the idea of getting into debt with a credit card. I hear a lot of people screw their lives up that way. Maybe we are not meant to go on this date, Alex, she says. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, to be completely honest, I've been doing a lot of thinking over the last few months. I like you and I'd really like to take you on a real date, one with flowers, fancy outfits, and an expensive dinner. But it feels like I need a lot of money to be dating someone, and that's where I'm stumped. I have I am having so many problems with my mom, and I came up with this dumb way to make money online where I pretend to be a doctor who's a mom expert. I guess I was hoping to make this call to you to somehow convince you to be in a cashless relationship with me while also asking for your help to start this online business, which will somehow help me solve my mommy problems. But wow, I feel so freaking selfish right now, I say regretfully. Wow, that's a lot to process right now. I didn't wake up this morning thinking we'd get this deep, but thanks for being honest. I actually also have some mommy issues of my own, Dolly replies. Oh, really? I thought I was the only one, I say. You're not alone. I am just so scared of my mom, Dolly says. Really? Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Why? I ask. She's definitely the definition of a control freak and will never forgive me okay. She's definitely the definition of a control freak and will forever be mad at me for dropping out of school, Dolly replies. Ah, yes, the control freak syndrome. And why did you drop out again, I ask? A lot of it was due to her. She would never get off my case about being the best student. Her dream was for me to be valedictorian in my class, Dolly replied. Sounds like a lot of pressure. I'm over here shooting for a 3.0, I say. It was, and one day I got a B minus on a test, and at that moment I knew my chances of valedictorian were over, so I quit everything, Dolly replies. Seems a bit drastic, I say. It was, but I had to make my point with her. I'm guessing you and your mom don't talk much then, I ask. Unfortunately, I haven't talked to her in a couple years, Dolly replies. Ouch, I say. Your online course about mom sounds cool, though. You think it'd help me? Dolly asks. Maybe it's worth a shot. I can do more online research and write specific blogs for your situation, I say. Thanks, Alex. I'm kind of running out of minutes, so I gotta go, Dolly says. Same. I went over a while ago, I say. Ha, good. All right, well, text me? Dolly asks. Sure, I say. Okay, bye, Dolly says. Chapter 9. September 3rd, 2012, day 371, all talking. Mother, we need to have a conversation, I say. Oh gosh, what do you want now? Mom replies. Nothing. I'm not in trouble. It's about you and me, I say. Can you talk to your counselor about this? I'm busy, Mom says. No, you and I need to come to an agreement, I say. What about your community service? How's that going? Mom asks. I'm fine. That's not what I want to talk about, though, I say. Also, remember, you have a drug test next Monday. I can't take you, so you'll have to take the bus or something, Mom replies. I know, it's on my calendar. Now listen to me. Did you take that new prescription from Dr. Ken this morning, Mom asks. No, I flushed them. I won't be a pill junkie. Now listen, I say. You did what? You're going to have to pay for those, Mom replies. I don't want any drugs. What happened to saying no to drugs? I ask. Now I have to call the doctor to get a refill. Thanks, Alex, Mom says. You better not call because I'm not swallowing another pill, I say. You are driving me up the wall, Alex, Mom says. Are you ready to listen to what I have to say? I ask. Please tell me your dentist appointment last week went well, Mom says. I told Dr. Nadler he's fired. He's got dirty teeth. Alex, are you trying to make me explode? Mom asks. My teeth are fine. Look at these pearly whites. Fine, you win. What agreement or whatever do you want? Mom asks. Dr. Prosser says I need to explain my childhood perspective. Then we need to agree on boundaries, I say. Okay, let me pour a glass of wine first, Mom says. No, you need to soak in what I'm telling you. No wine. You'll ignore me, enjoy the wine, I say. Oh my goodness, get on with it then. Speak, Mom says. Okay, well, it's no secret that Steven is the perfect son to you and Dad. He can't do anything wrong, I say. I disagree. You're blowing this way out of proportion, Mom says. Can you listen? Stop interrupting me. You need to hear my side, I say. I'll let up unless you say something that's utterly untrue, Mom says. All right, thanks. But remember, this is my perspective of what happened as a child, so just because you don't like it doesn't make it untrue, I say. Okay, well, see. Come on, let's get this over with, Mom says. All right, where do I begin? My childhood was so complicated. I guess one word to describe it would be stressful. You and Dad were always so stressed out with Steven. I had to be the constant funny and lighthearted son to cheer everyone up. I've been lying to you and Dad my whole life. I lie that I'm not disappointed. I lie to you two about every emotion I feel. I lie about my interests because I want to fit in. I lie about being scared. I lie about my maturity, and I give in to the lie that this life is normal, I say. Alex, you should have spent more time in Sunday school, Mom replies. You are impossible to make any progress with, I say. You talk in these broad generalizations, Alex. Give me an example of how bad I am, Mom says sarcastically. There's the one time we were at your friend's wedding and you shoved a hand towel in my mouth and wouldn't let me speak when the guy performing the marriage ceremony asked if anyone had a reason for them not to get married. I still have stress about that day. They had that tense divorce a year later, and my words of wisdom could have helped, I say. They were planning that wedding for nearly 3 years, and it was beautiful. So much money was spent on the day. I was not going to let you ruin it with your childish reasons, Mom replies. You and Dad taught me to speak my mind and help people if I can. This is all I was trying to do. I am so sick of always appeasing you when your actions never line up with your words, I say. Are you calling me a hypocrite? Mom asks. I am standing up for myself, I say. Let's not forget what a troublemaker you are, Alex. Remember your seventh birthday party, Mom asks? You can't bring up that birthday to always prove your point, I say. It was 2004 and your birthday was on a Monday. So we went to Applebee's for burger night. You were all excited to get your free dessert. It was the only thing you'd talk about. You vacuumed down your cheeseburger and fries. You got your chocolate cake, ice cream, and candles. Then, when Dad asked you what you wished for, you revealed that your wish was for me to grow out of my size 4 jeans, Mom says. Yes, 4 is the cursed Japanese number. Oh my gosh, I was trying to help you. Why do you always have to go over this? It's not even a big deal. I've worked so hard to put a roof over your head, food on your plate, and so much more. You should be thankful and not bother me with all these complaints. You take too much of your life for granted, Mom replies. I am thankful. Thank you. But I want more from this. My relationship with you, Mom, I say. See, the way you talk makes me out to be the villain. That's unfair. I'm fine with our mother son bond. If you want some greater meaning out of this, you need to take more responsibility. Can't you see I'm busy doing everything? Mom says. Fine, guess I'll go back to the drawing board then, I say. No one told you to lie or be a clown. You probably learned that from all the TV you watch. You should really read more. All that screen time is going to turn your brain into mush, Mom replies. I lie and fool around to make you, Dad, and Steph smile, I say. No one is asking you to make us smile, Alex. We don't need you to make us feel happy. That's not your job. Your job is to make sure you're happy, Mom replies. So no one in this family enjoys my company, I ask? Of course we do. This is what it's like to be a teenager. Not to mention, you're going through puberty, Mom says. No, I'm onto something here. Dr. Prosser agrees with me. I say, well, Dr. Prosser has only heard your side of the story. Gosh, I get you into counseling and she turns you against me. She'll be getting a call from me, Mom says. No, don't call her. I'll tell her what happened, I say. Yeah, right, so you can lie and make her smile, Mom asks. I'm so annoyed right now. This is not how I wanted this conversation to go, I say. Here's a life lesson for you, honey. No one else wants what you want. Everyone wants something else, so you better grow up or lower your expectations because nothing is ever going to go exactly the way you want it, Mom says. We'll see about that, I say, and leave the conversation. Chapter 10, September 28th, 2012, day 363, Sneaking Out. Today is a mission. I am currently trapped in my room. Mom is sitting guard by the front door. Look at her watching her daytime court shows. She canceled my counseling sessions with Dr. Prosser after our last confrontational conversation. I need to see my doctor one last time, so I gathered all the remaining cash from my mattress to pay the doc for one last hour of time. Mom will be occupied while I sneak out. I put a do not disturb sign on my door so she will not be coming in to check on me. Before I opened my bedroom window, I turned on an 8-hour World War II documentary, so there was no excuse for her to wonder why I'm not coming out of my room. My mom's apartment is on the 3rd floor, so I have to strategically jump out my window onto a tree to escape this prison sentence. I have to be extra careful because it is raining outside. I silently open my window and measure in my head how far I need to jump to land on a sturdy branch. The ground looks pretty far away, however, this is do or die. I need to get to my appointment on time. I count to 3 in my head, then do not decide to jump. How am I going to get back up later? I remember those old medieval movies where young princesses look out their stone windows and dream of a knight coming to save them. I better start tying my bed sheets, sweatshirts, and whatever else I can find to tie together a rope. Once a makeshift lasso is made, I tie one side to my bedroom radiator and throw the other across a tree branch. My escape line is now ready. Ouch! I did not make it down, but slipped on a wet branch and got scratched by some tree bark on the way down. Once I hit the ground, though, I was off to the races and sprinted to the nearest Tigerville bus station. On the bus, I sweated through my shirt in anticipation of making my appointment on time. I cannot be late by more than 5 minutes or else the doc will lock the door. These doctors are so annoying with their rules on professionalism. As I step off the bus, I can see the counseling office. The only problem is the crosswalk signal is broken. Traffic is oncoming, but I make a run for it. I am already 1 minute late. Cars screech and horns honk at me. I reach the office, however, the elevators are out of order. I run around the corner and sprint up the stairs to the 5th floor. This is the most exercise I've gotten since sprinting to buy hash browns at Swaggeridge. On the 5th floor, I run into Dr. Prosser's office and skip past the front desk. I can see Prosser's doors closing, so I throw my whole body forward, diving to stop the door from closing. Ouch! My hand got slammed on the door. On the bright side, the doc had to let me in because I screamed in agonizing pain. Dr. Prosser was frustrated with me at first, believing I was 6 minutes late, although the doc cheered up once I swung out a wad of cash to pay her for an hour of time. 360 seconds late means I only get 54 minutes of professional help, so I have to make it count. All right, Prosser, let's do this. Teach me how to be enlightened. Teach me how to be happy. That cash in your pocket was my last set of bills, so spill the beans on this whole thing we call life, I say impatiently. It is Dr. Prosser to you, Alexander, and this is not a one-stop shop for solving your life problems, Prosser replies defensively. Okay, well, at the very least, you can give me some type of, what do you smart people call them, apparatus? Yeah, give me an apparatus I can use to go forward in life, I say eagerly. There is one technique I could teach you. I don't know if you'll be able to handle it, though. It is pretty advanced, Prosser replies confidently. Teach me. Tell me the technique. I'm seething in anticipation, I say excitingly. Fine, but this technique can take years to master. Don't think you're going to get everything you ever wanted out of one session, Prosser replies cautiously. Okay, tell me. I'm a quick learner. Just spill the beans already, I say demandingly. You were so disrespectful. You were lucky you paid in cash, or else I would have kicked you out by now, Prosser replies angrily. You're right. I apologize. I'm sorry. Please continue. Please don't hold out this technique you speak of, I say apologetically. All right. Now follow along with me. Sit back. Get comfortable. Now close your eyes and keep them shut. Cross your arms over your chest so your fingers can touch your shoulders. Are you ready? Prosser asks kindly. Yes, please continue. Thank you for this, I say quickly. Good. Now that you're in position, remember this position. This is your home base. Comfortable, eyes closed, arms crossed, and start breathing. You know how to breathe, right? Prosser says sarcastically. Yeah, I know how to breathe. I'm always breathing. Duh, I say frustratingly say. I'm watching you and you're not breathing correctly. Breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. There's no mouth breathing allowed in this exercise. Your stomach should get large as you breathe in through your nose and small when you breathe out. Now start breathing correctly if you want this to work, Prosser strictly says. Fine, we'll do it your way. Now please continue, I nervously say. Great. Now you're breathing. Okay, so now you'll need an imagination. Do you have one of those? You're going to need to create a picture in your head for this to work. Picture a box, a large box with a one-way window looking inside. Attached to that box is a vacuum that you can suck anything, anyone, any idea into that box. You still following along? Next to this large box with a one-way window and a vacuum attachment is a table. On this table is everything and anything that stresses you out. One by one, you're going to place something that stresses you out onto the vacuum, and it will get sucked into the box. This might take a while with your laundry list of issues, Alexander. Once everything is in there, you can look at them through the window, and if you'd like, tell me when everything is in the box. Then we will move on to the second part of the technique Prosser describes professionally. Okay, I think everything is in the box, I say calmly. Great. We don't have enough time to talk, so what's in the box? You get the idea. So now that all stresses are in the box, break time. Where was I? This might take a while with your laundry list of issues, Alexander. Once everything is in there, you can go look at them through the window if you'd like. Tell me when everything is in the box, then we will move on to the second part of the technique. Prosser describes professionally. Okay, I think everything is in the box, I say calmly. Great. We don't have enough time to talk about what's in the box. But you get the idea. So now that all your stresses are in the box, I want you to imagine a place where no stresses exist for you. Do you understand? Prosser concernedly asked. Yes, I have it. I'm floating on top of a calm ocean. Nothing is around me but a small island with a beach that has one coconut tree, I calmly reply. Why do you pick that spot? Prosser curiously asked. Because my mom is afraid of the ocean. It is the one place she would never be, I say with a smile on my face. Oh gosh, you and your mammy issues, Prosser exclaims. Stop it. Ugh, I lost my peace in the ocean breeze. Why would you say that? Now I have to start over and put you in the box, I say frustratingly. Good. Our time is up, and that's what happens. You get kicked out of your peaceful zone. That's was a good first try for you, though. You should be proud. Not many people can even get that far on their first try. You'll get better over time. Just keep practicing. So, what did you feel? Prosser confidently says. Wow, that actually felt amazing for a second. This feeling I've never felt before. It was like this beam of light struck me in the head and it felt incredible, I replied happily. Great. Now I'm sure you'll find a way to get some more money. Knowing you, and you'll probably want to come crawling back if it doesn't work every time, so please don't keep spam calling me my office. Only call if you really, really, really need more advice, okay? Prosser asked sternly. Fine, I get it. Wait, what? What's this called? I ask curiously. It's called EMDR. Look it up, Prosser says shortly. And what does EMDR stand for? I ask. For you, it stands for early morning drama routine. Do this every morning. This is my last prescription for you. Now our time is up. You need to get going, Prosser irritatingly says. I feel great. I'm ready to take on the world now, I say passionately. That's cute. Okay, well, show yourself out now. Goodbye, Prosser says and closes the door behind me. I walk outside on a sunny blue sky day. The rain seems to stop in Oregon when I fix my mood. I feel unstoppable after my last counseling session with Dr. Prosser. It feels like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. There's obviously a long road ahead of me. However, I am ready to face life with my new profound sense of hope and strength. Whoops, looks like my mom is calling. Maybe she found out that I snuck out. Ring a ding 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 dong. Looks like I have to face the consequences of sneaking out. However, I have a few questions for her up my sleeve. Hello, I answer. Alexander Akira deceased, where are you? Why is your window open? The entire bedroom is soaked from the rain, Mom demands. I'm on my way home. I had to sneak out. It had to be done, I reply calmly. We're done. I can't do this anymore. You don't listen to anything I say. I'm calling your father immediately. He's going to have to deal with your issues, Mom says rudely. You want to talk about issues? I've been doing my research on World War II and can't believe you've been holding back our Japanese family issues. I should have been informed, I frustratingly reply. No, I will not spend a minute talking about the war with you. It's none of your business, Mom replies angrily. Is it true? Was Grandma in Hiroshima? Was Grandpa in an internment camp? I ask. You'll have to talk to your father. I am not getting into this drama with you. The only thing you need to know is that you are not living with me any longer. I've already packed your things and left them on the porch. Hopefully, all your things won't get too wet, Mom sneeringly says and hangs up the phone. Chapter 11, March 22nd, 2013, day 571, LOT song. Ring a ding 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 dong. Hello, I answer. Alex, I need your help, a voice mumbles. Dolly, is that you? I ask fearfully. Yes. Do you live near State Street in Lake Oswego? Dolly asked painfully. Yes, yes. What's wrong? I asked forcefully. Come quick. I've been hit, Dolly says achingly. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm dropping everything I'm doing and sprinting over, I say, and hang up the phone. I walk up to a terrible scene. State Street in downtown Lake Oswego is closed and blocked off. I have never seen so much commotion. Traffic is at a complete stop going both ways. Police cars, a fire truck, and an ambulance are on the scene. Dogs are running around the street, and good Samaritans are trying to catch them. I look for Dolly. She is surrounded. An ambulance medic gives me the rundown on what happened. Dolly was taking a group of dogs to the Oswego Veterinary Hospital, and on her way, she was hit by an out of control Tesla car. The new 2013 Tesla Model S has some mechanical issues and decided to take it out on Dolly. She was walking down the sidewalk with a Starbucks coffee in one hand and 5 dog leashes in the other. Then the car ran off the main road and hit Dolly. She saw it coming at the last second, threw her Starbucks Frappuccino, let go of the dogs, and tried diving out of the way. The Tesla hit her legs. She went flying into the street. After hitting Dolly, the car crashed into the Oswego Veterinary Hospital. Thank goodness the dogs chased the Frappuccino and were not hit by the rapid Tesla car. The dogs are jacked up on sugar, caffeine, and are all depressed because of what happened to Dolly. I got there right when she was being carried in the ambulance. Dolly told the medics that I could come with her to the hospital. I held Dolly's hand in the ambulance. I have never seen someone I know be the result of a negligent electrical car or driver. The police are still figuring out how this exactly happened. As I sat with Dolly in the ambulance, I sang her a song. I sang her a song to make her feel better. I call this tune the Lake Oswego Tesla song. Youth and youngsters of adolescent age, please don't fear what you're about to hear. My unofficial girlfriend got hit by a car in the safe town of Lake Oswego. Ran over by a Tesla, ran over by a Tesla. Dolly screamed as her dogs ran away. Ran over by a Tesla. Dolly really made a scene. One of her dogs fainted from the unpleasant sight. She presumed downtown was safe. In the safe town of Lake Oswego, Dolly is the one working 12-hour days, no time to rest or even make her bed. She is the teenager who works for herself, saving her money to make life more fair. This is Lake Oswego. This is Lake Oswego. Lake Oswego, Lake Oswego, Lake Oswego, Lake Oswego. In this town, our safe home, everyone runs from the Tesla car. In this town, Dolly used to feel safe. Now she's waiting for the medical bills. Down that alleyway, a Tesla drives quietly. Drivers waiting to attack. Dolly screamed, "Sorry, my safety features didn't work. Aren't you insured?" "No." "Well, that's just rude. You hit her once, don't hit her twice. Her dogs are running like scared mice. Drive with your eyes. There's no excuse." Dolly gave a scream. Dolly really screamed. In our safe town of Lake Oswego, Dolly was the one with the beautiful face. Now she's bruised up because of that car's pace. I am the one who she decided to call. I shall be the one who saves the day. I am the hero who has the time, stuffing lawyers' voicemails with calls of fright. This is Lake Oswego. This is Lake Oswego. Lake Oswego. Lake Oswego. Lake Oswego. 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 Future boyfriend standing right here. Recovery will be fun with my cool flair. That's my job. I'm not mean. In our safe town of Lake Oswego, in this town, can you forgive it now? Everybody will be waiting for you to heal. Tesla Model S might sneak up and scream just like Dolly did. Makes you dream cars were only memes. This is Lake Oswego. Everyone flag the police. Doctor, please make way for a very special girl. My unofficial girlfriend, model teenager of Lake Oswego. Everyone help her for goodness sake. This is Lake Oswego. This is Lake Oswego. Oswego, 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 Oswego. In this town we called safe. Everyone applaud the Lake Oswego Tesla song. Chapter 12, July 1st, 2013. Day 672, Time Warp. 4 strikes and I am out. My attempt to give kids advice through my online identity of Dr. Myers Westlaw Mom Expert has failed. Coffee Cola has failed. Oaks Park was a failure. My relationship with my mother has failed. And now this. Dolly will still not go on an official date with me. She told me I have to wait until Valentine's Day before we make anything official. I do not want to push Dolly and lose her as a friend altogether. I do not have many friends to spare. Dolly is still recovering from her Tesla incident. She broke a few bones. It is going to take her at least a year to fully recover. Thank goodness she is getting workers' compensation money and found a good lawyer. I help her as much as I can with everything she's going through, which is a lot. It is like we are living in the wild, wild west. One day you are walking down the street, and the next thing you know, you're in the hospital. I am glad Dolly called me, though, on that wretched day, March 22nd. We have become a lot closer since her Tesla incident. I still have to focus on myself, though. I have to get my life together if I want a girlfriend. I have come to the conclusion, though, my early morning drama routine that it is time for me to quit my usual ways of living for now. It is time to listen to my father and buckle down in passing online high school through Swagnet. I guess being a student means not making money. I will see if dad is willing to give me an allowance. On the bright side, I am 15 years old and get to take driver's ed this year. I want a car for my 16th birthday. There's so much freedom with a car, like driving Dolly and I around. My dad said he would take me to the police auction on my birthday and we could bid on a car together at the auction. I need to stop procrastinating and sign up for driver's ed. On the dull side, the lifestyle of being an online summer school student is making me extra lazy. I obviously did not do well enough grade-wise, so now I'm doing school all year round. Thank goodness, though, my recent complaints to Dana have landed me another piece of technology. Swagridge is lending me a laptop to do my schoolwork. My average day on Swagnet consists of clicking through YouTube videos, watching documentaries, and memorizing facts from Wikipedia. Starting this summer, I'm deciding to get better grades from last year, but my eyeballs are already pressing out of my skull with how much time I spend with my laptop and Roger. Geez, I might need glasses soon. I have my own virtual life now. Online high school is a full-time virtual job minus the money. I wish my parents paid me to get good grades so I would have a good incentive to pass my classes. My goal is to get a 3.0 GPA and make Dolly my official girlfriend. I talk to Dana, the secretary from Swagridge, every week, sometimes daily. Dana has kept me in the loop in what is happening at Swagridge. From what Dana told me, last school year went from bad to worse after my coffee cola incident. As a result, the state of Oregon put Swagridge through this health code due diligence cafeteria check. The inspection found Swagridge was breaking a snack food policy on their hash browns. The state thought Swagridge was selling too many hash browns. Swagridge tried to hide the news from the students and thought raising the price would reduce hash brown consumption. However, increasing prices spooked the daily hash brown consumer, and demand for the browns soared. By the end of the year, the district came up with an anti-hash brown policy that banned the sale of hash browns altogether. The policy described hash browns as unhealthy and replaced those golden fried rectangles with carrots. I feel terrible because Swagridge's initial health code due diligence cafeteria check would not have been triggered if my coffee cola instant did not happen. Hash brown buyers will never emotionally recover from this. I cannot help but blame myself. I can never show my face at Swagridge again. Anyone can connect the dots and see I am partially to blame. On top of that, the Guinness World Record people took the school's 2012 award away because the school was selling outside of the state's public school policy. Outside of all the drama at Swagridge, Dana and I have to talk a lot about my experience at Swagnet. Outside of all the drama at Swagridge, Dana and I have to talk a lot about my experience with Swagnet is going. All right, this sentence sucks. I am the test run guinea pig. Today, Dana wants me to email him an outline of a typical day. New outgoing message to Dana at swagnet.com. Subject, outline of typical Swagnet school day. Dear Dana, before I give you an outline of my day-to-day life, I would like to express that I am saddened to hear about the new snack food policy at Swagridge. Also, I'm disappointed that you personally disallowed me from participating in Swagridge's Environmental Action Club. What if I joined the club virtually? With all that said, a typical day for me starts with waking up around 7 a.m. to log into the online school portal, Swagnet, from the comfort of my bed. I check my messages and see if teachers have posted about upcoming assignments or tests. If there is nothing urgent to do, I go back to sleep and set an alarm for 9:55 a.m. My teachers are from around the US, which is fantastic. I like hearing their different accents. I do not have to sit in on any of my classes. All my teachers make recordings of their lectures and then send the video through Swagnet's online portal. The videos take a long time to upload. For example, an 8 a.m. class that ends at 8:50 might not be uploaded to Swagnet portal until 10 or 11 a.m. Someone should fix that. I watch all the videos when they are ready, then take a 30-minute lunch break in the afternoon. My favorite part about Swagnet is the calendar. All my assignments and important dates are automatically laid out. I do not have to do any organizing with my physical planner. Come on, let's save paper, people. Anyways, I do my homework and watch more recordings of classes after lunch. It sometimes takes my whole afternoon and evening to finish schoolwork because it is so easy to go down the rabbit hole of the internet. School is still boring, smiley face. Cheers, Alex D. My mother and I cannot stand being in the same room as one another. The breaking point was when I brought up the topic of World War II. She went into a total panic. Mom completely avoided the conversation and ended up giving me all these family documents about the war instead. I have not gotten the chance to read them yet. I am used to having Roger read everything out loud to me, so it is going to take me a while to go through them myself. All of Mom and I's communication now is via email. Even without talking to me in person, Mom still has to be the queen of dictating my life. She made Dad get a job in Lake Oswego so he can watch me. I feel bad for Dad because he loves traveling for work. I hope he does not resent me for making him get a non-traveling job. Since starting elementary school, Dad and I have not spent a good amount of time together. I feel like we will get to know each other a lot better over the next year. Dad's new job is working for the local Swag County government as a contractor. He has all this new camera and video equipment to catch people breaking traffic laws, like not stopping all the way at the stop sign. We are in Oregon, so you have to come to a complete stop at the stop sign, unlike California, where you can simply slow down. That is called a California stop. Stop. He said if I do a good job helping him, that he will give me everything I want for my 16th birthday next year, including an allowance. Time with Dad is all about making money, my favorite. Dad's job for the government is a real thrill. He gets paid based on all the mischief we document in Swag County. It is a lot more fun to help Dad with his work than do my schoolwork, so I might be getting a little behind on my grades, but at least I am staying out of trouble. This job has been teaching me a lot about following the rules of the road, which is great because I get to take my driver's license test soon. I was able to get my learner's permit online, so Dad has been helping me learn how to drive in church parking lots. Another neat thing about Dad's new job is all the paperwork we have to turn in at the Swag County Sheriff's Office. We submit a bunch of administrative work to the desk workers at the sheriff's office. They always have candy in their cubicles and tell me the inside scoop of what is going on. The news on the street is that law enforcement has too many important issues to attend to, so petty traffic laws get broken every day on the streets of Swag County. That is where Dad and I come to the rescue under a government contract Dad earned through his friend Uncle Sam. The contract lasts July 2013 through July 2014. Dad has and has Dad reporting 3 different traffic infractions. The first violation for Dad and I to profit from are expired tags on license plates. I've been getting really good at memorizing license plate numbers. Then we are moving on to getting videos of people driving with their phones in their hands or not completely stopping at stop signs. As a license plate sniper, I sit in the shotgun seat with a digital camera and snap photos or videos on command. At the end of each day, we upload everything to an online government portal on Dad's computer. Within a day or so, we are given the home addresses of where the vehicles are registered to, along with an official Swag County government citation that displays the evidence that the expired tag violation. Now the fun sales part. We get to go door to door and confront each culprit. If the registration on people's license plates matches the address from the Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV, which it should, then we are able to hand deliver a notice that asks civilians to kindly pay the fine and fix their expired tags. It is really fascinating to watch Dad in action during these interactions. People are usually confused or frustrated when they come to understand the meaning of his presence. However, he is calm and collected. You can tell he is empathetic and simply a messenger. His job is his job is simply to document the violation and pass on the paperwork to an individual. Where Dad really makes sales money is after the awkward, uncomfortable tension passes. He carries around a few hundred police radar detectors in the trunk of his truck. Dad is actually more of a door-to-door salesman trying to sell fancy car accessories. Some people take the piece of paper and slam the door in his face, but others buy into the idea of not getting caught committing a traffic violation again. These radars can detect police cars, traffic cameras, or Dad and I. They are not illegal to have in most states and simply give everyday people a leg up on the road. Better to be safe than sorry. Would you like to pay cash or credit? Our top of the line radar costs $299, and we also have models costing $159.99 and $65.99. On average, speeding tickets will cost you $115 to $440. So this radar is a great investment. You are basically saving money for the future. This Dad and Son business has been a great way for us to spend time together and talk. I have never talked to my dad so much in my life. We have been having a very deep and meaningful conversations while driving around together. The work also helps things not get too uncomfortable or emotional because at any point we might see expired tags or on license plates, drivers with their phones out, or California stops. How's your friend Dolly doing? Dad asked. Oh, she's getting better day by day. Hopefully, she feels good enough to go on a date to go out with me on Valentine's Day. When that comes around, I dream. You know what you should do, Alex? Grow your hair out. Girls like a boy with a lot of hair, Dad implies. Really? Huh. I guess that'd be a good idea, I reply aimlessly. Yeah, you have that thick black Japanese hair. Girls like mullets. You could try growing one, Dad says excitingly. I'll grow a Japanese mullet if you give me the inside scoop on why Mom has such a problem with me and why she won't talk about World War II, I ask. Oh, geez, how do I say this? Um, I don't think your mom is happy with how things turned out for her and her parents, and she doesn't want to see you go down a path where she'd be unhappy with you, how you turned out. Does that make sense? Dad asked nervously. Kinda. So what exactly happened with her parents? I asked directly. You're gonna get me in trouble for this. You better grow that hair out into a mullet because I'm telling you all this. So to keep it brief, your grandfather had to go through the Japanese internment camps here in America, and your grandmother was in Hiroshima when the bomb got dropped, which means there has been some definite strain on the family, Dad says, sweating. Wow, yeah, I can only imagine how stressful that was for Mom, I reply understandably. Yeah, so that's why she treats you the way she does. It's out of love. You two just don't see eye to eye, which is fine. I'm sure you two will make up one way or another, Dad says confusingly. I mean, maybe she's the one who needs to use my early morning drama routine. I already went to counseling, so I'm good. I wish she just told me more about the Japanese stuff, I reply, rolling my eyes. If you're so interested in your Japanese legacy, maybe you should go make some Japanese friends, Dad advises. Yeah, I guess the responsibility is on me because Mom isn't going to help me, I reply annoyingly. There you go. Good for you. Take some responsibility, Dad replies. So that's all you got for me. Grow a mullet, make some Japanese friends, and take some responsibility, I ask. Sure, if that's what you're looking for. Oh, look, that guy just ran a stop sign. Alex, get the camera ready. We got a runner, Dad replies and hits the gas. October 13th. Chapter 13, October 25th, 2013, day 788, Fast Times. Today is my 16th birthday. I'm awake bright and early. Dad and I are getting my new car at the Swag County auction this morning. We can start previewing the available cars at 8 a.m. The auction starts at 9:30 a.m. Dad's mechanic friend Thor is along with us too. Dad says everyone needs a car mechanic as a friend. There's no guarantee a car bought from the auction works well because the vehicles come from the impound, bakery possessions, or were victims in an unfortunate accident. Dad and mainly Thor are weeding out the bad choices, and will surprise me with what they know is best. Thor is going to drive the car back to the apartment complex because I do not have my driver's license yet. After we secure my new car, we can take home with us at 12 p.m. I am headed straight to the DMV with Dad to take my driver's license test. Once I pass my test, I am free to drive wherever the roads take me until 7 p.m. because that is when we have a reservation at the Cheesecake Factory for my Sweet 16 birthday dinner. I am happy that my family insists on spending my big day with me. To make me even more merry, on the car ride over to the auction, I got a few texts from my friends wishing me a happy birthday. Oh, look, here's my new car. Wow, a pickup truck. Looks like I have to learn how to drive a manual. There's probably a video on YouTube that can teach me. Dad and Thor think everyone should have a truck as their first car. A blue 1996 Chevrolet K1500. We were both born in 1996. Blue is not my least favorite color. It is not perfect, but I do not care. It is my first car. The dents on the door, scratches on the paint, and the weird smell are not the end of the world. This thing is a pickup truck. It's supposed to survive anything we throw at it. I will name this bad boy truck Tsunami. I am so excited to drive this with some car incense. I can pick up Dolly to go on that Valentine's Day date. Today really feels like my day. Thor better get this home safe, and Dad needs to get me to my DMV appointment on the double. Friday afternoon, there's no line at the DMV for driver's tests because everyone else is in school. I figured out the formula for passing online classes this year, so I decided to take the day off of school for my birthday. The first portion of the test is in front of a computer, nothing I am not used to. 40 questions about road signs. I got this in the bag. I am undeniably coming off too confident and cheerful to be in the DMV right now. My road test is about to begin, and my driver's license proctor looks really tough. I'm excited for the challenge. Lucky for me, Dad's truck I'm using for the test is an automatic because this proctor is giving me the run for my street smarts. Turn left, right, U-turn, now park, parallel, merge into that lane, slow down, speed up, yield. Only a 20-minute test, but I feel like I was thrown through the ringer. I needed a 76 to get my driver's license, and I walked out with an 82. Phew! I'm going to take an afternoon birthday nap. Today has been too exciting. I need some rest to brainstorm some talking points for my birthday dinner with my family tonight. I wake up from my birthday nap and go outside to have a moment of awe with my new car. Back inside, I see a birthday email notification from Mom and Dad. It is probably an email about what a perfect son I am. They must be proud of me for doing a great job as Dad's assistant and not failing any classes last school year. New incoming Message to Alex at Swagnet. Subject, big news and happy birthday, sweetheart. Dear Alexander, your father and I are very proud of you. That being said, our time in Oregon has come to an end. You are likely unaware. Nevertheless, your father and I's dream is to live closer to the beach. The fact that you are doing high school online will not have will not have an in-person high school graduation gives us no reason to stick around. As soon as possible, we will be relocating to the East Coast in a nice Virginia Beach home. That is not even the big news. What you really need to know is that your mother is pregnant. You must be so happy for me. Your father and I are thrilled. We always wanted three children. To have a four-person family always felt a little off to me. My psychic told me we can expect a baby girl, and oh my goodness, am I excited. I always wanted to have a daughter. The state of Virginia has birthed the most U.S. presidents, so we believe moving there will give us good luck on our third child. Who knows? Maybe your younger sister will be president one day. We hope you understand all of this, dear. Even though you will be in the middle child now, we will never forget you. Your parents really appreciate you and your brother. You both have taught us so much about life and are so ecstatic to use everything we have learned towards raising a daughter. As for you, do not stress. Stephen will assist you in every way you can think of. You will be in great hands. Love, XOXOXO, Mom and Dad. After reading that, I am going to have to cancel my attendance at tonight's birthday dinner. They can celebrate without me. I am going to learn how to drive my Tsunami. I did not see this coming, but I can speculate this was my parents' secret plan all along. Looks like I'm going to have to come up with my own plan. Chapter 14, February 14th, 2014, day 900, Valentine's Day. My first official date with Dolly, and it drops on the most love-filled day of the year. I have the Tsunami, the flowers, the chocolate, and a grown-up smell of cologne. My fingernails are freshly cut, my teeth are brushed, and my mullet haircut is starting to show. My acne is actually looking a lot better too. I finally found the solution. Every extremely cold water. Dolly recommended I buy as many plastic water bottles as I can, refrigerate them, then pour the ice cold water on my face every morning and night. It has been freezing the volcanoes for sure. She also said I should never let the hot shower water touch my face ever again. It is a bummer because hot water from the shower head feels so good. Dolly and I have been hysterically texting with excitement for our real date to happen. She has been working so hard towards recovering from the Tesla incident, and today we get to celebrate our unofficial obsession for one another. The plan is to pick her up at 7, go to Subway to get sandwiches along with cookies, then go to the Swag Lake Park and lay under the stars in the bed of my Tsunami. I am getting goosebumps just thinking of our Valentine's Day. Never have I ever had a Valentine. We used to give everyone in the classroom a Valentine's Day card in elementary school, but that never felt genuine because everyone got one. My parents emailed me a gift card for Valentine's Day, but yuck. The last thing I want to talk or think about is either of them today. If you are spending Valentine's Day in Oregon, then you need a giant, warm, puffy windbreaker. It is going to be a cold one under the stars, but that will only give us an excuse to cuddle like penguins for warmth. I am at Dolly's apartment at 7 p.m. on the dot. She waddles out with crutches in a big pink inflated jacket to keep her warm. I open the shotgun door and Dolly hops in my Tsunami. We both smile. On the way to Subway and then to Swag Lake Park, we are listening to the latest hip hop and rap albums that Dolly burned onto a CD. Everyone at Swag Ridge is listening to this stuff. Everyone. How's your sandwich, Dolly? I ask. Good, and yours? Dolly asks. Okay, the sandwich is a lot better when you put chocolate in it, I say. I've never been on a Valentine's date before, Dolly says. Me neither. Is it going well, I ask. Yeah, I am just a little cold, Dolly says. Here, I brought a blanket and some pillows. You can elevate your broken foot if you need to, I reply empathetically. Thanks. Hey, your skin looks a lot better, Dolly says. Thanks. Your cold water solution is great, I exclaim. Maybe our second date can be at the Bottle Recycle Center, Dolly recommends. Wow, a second date? You must sure like me, I say sarcastically. Haha, we can return your plastic bottles for money, Dolly says. I like the sound of that, I say and smile. A ring-a-ding-ding-ding-dong. What's that, Dolly asks. Geez, who the heck is calling me on Valentine's Day evening, I question. Hopefully not another date, Dolly says and rolls her eyes. No. It's a dude from this online Japanese anime group I joined online. My dad recommended I find Japanese friends like me. Sorry, it's not important. Let me silence this. Back to our date, I say. So you're Japanese? Dolly asks. Yes, I am. Haha, I guess I don't go around announcing it that often, I say. Can you teach me how to make sushi sometime? Dolly asks. Sure. Wow, that sounds like a third date, I say. Are we like officially dating then? Dolly asks. I'd like that. I mean, I'd like you to be my girlfriend, but I know you don't want to move that fast or like labels, I say. Yeah, I just do not really know how to date or be a girlfriend, so I don't want to do it wrong. Then you get mad at me or something, Dolly replies. Yeah, no, I get that. I'm not in any rush to be anything official if you're not, I reply. At the same time, though, if you and I are like dating, I don't really want you to be dating other girls. I'm not trying to be controlling and say you can't talk to other girls as friends, but I do not want to know that. I do want to know that we are somewhat exclusive, Dolly says. I've been on the market a long time, and you are the first girl to show any interest in me, so I don't think you have anything to worry about. Also, who has time to be dating all these different people when there are so many things to do? I ask. That feels like the reason why I've never had a boyfriend. I've always been too busy with everything else. Haha. Dolly replies, well, we can both agree that we are in the midst of dating because we have two more date ideas. What if we say we are unofficially boyfriend and girlfriend with the hopes to be official one day? I ask. That sounds good. Not too much pressure. That feels organic. I just don't really know what to do or how to be in a relationship, and I don't want to mess it up, Dolly replies. I don't really know what I'm doing either, Dolly. I'm just moving forward one day at a time. So I don't think you need to stress or feel pressured, I say. Great. It feels like we're on the same page then, Al, Dolly replies. Dolly, can I give you a Valentine's Day kiss? I ask politely. Sure. And a hug too. It's freezing out here. Dolly replies and leans in for a kiss. Chapter 15, April 30th, 2014, day 975, move-in day. Nobody is talking about what a great hangout spot the Tigerville Bottle Recycle Center is. Thank goodness I'm dating the ex-president to the Environmental Action Club, Dolly. We do a lot of car sitting. Almost every night since we started dating, Dolly and I sit outside local businesses in my tsunami and wait for someone to take out the recycling. Then we grab every bottle we can, cash them in, and away we go. Now we are making money. Each bottle gets us 10 cents. It does not sound like serious money making. However, it feels great to be handed at least $20 cash each time we go to the recycle center. I still have not taught her how to make sushi. To be honest, I don't really know how. I do not really know how. Today, we are cashing in a few garbage bags full of plastic water bottles, then buying a couple pizzas because Big Man, Dev, and three of Dolly's work friends are helping me move into Steph's garage. I need 10 extra pairs of hands because Dolly and I have picked up a new hobby hoarding. Dolly showed me this great website called Craigslist. While I'm supposed to be doing my schoolwork during the day, I'm searching through the Craigslist free section. People give away their stuff for free, and we go pick it up in my tsunami as soon as possible. It has been a fun way to meet new people. My dad's apartment is jam packed to the ceiling in free things we've picked up over the last couple months. Dolly believes we can touch up everything, make it all look pretty, then hold a yard sale once I am moved into Steph's house. A yard sale in front of a house is more appealing than trying to haggle sales at my apartment complex. I hope Steph and his roommates will be fine with it. They better not want to cut of the profits. Back at the apartment complex, Dolly is orchestrating my move out from a camping chair as the others and I load up the first items to be moved to my new garage spot. What is half this crap? This box just says toilet paper seeds, Big Man whines. Shut your pie hole, Big Man. Put it in the tsunami or no pizza, Dolly yells. I am a high school graduate. You can't talk to me like that, Big Man replies. Honestly, I haven't even looked inside that box, I say. Hey, Alex, can I talk to you for a sec? Dev asks. Sure, Dev, what's up? I reply. What's it like dating that girl? Dev asks. She's kind of scary. She's not scary. Look at how mature she is, directing Big Man and her three friends to move all my things. She's doing all the work for me. It's pretty great dating her, Dev. You should find someone like Dolly to ask on a date. Want to have a slice of pizza? I ask. No, I'm okay. Pizza makes me break out into zits. I don't know, Alex. I don't think I could go out with someone like her, Dev replies. Well, who would you ask out on a date then, Dev? I ask. I don't know. Girls and people in general don't really talk to me. The only reason we became friends is because you started talking to me. I think I'm pretty far from getting a date, Dev replies. You need to get out there. Go meet some people. Everyone is a stranger at first, I reply. Geez, I don't know, man, Dev replies. Dev, there are three girls right in front of you. Go meet one of them or all three of them. It doesn't have to be as hard as you're making it out to be, I reply. I guess I could, but what do I say? Dev asks. Geez, dude, this is like pulling teeth. Look at this girl. Go help her move that heavy box she's holding. And look, she has some acne, just like you. Acne is the reason I started talking to you. Go tell her about your resentments for acne and make fun of how we bought pizza and how you won't eat any because you're scared you'll break out into the zits, I reply tiredly. Okay, I guess I'll give it a try, Dev says, and skips over to a girl with zits. Hey Dolly, let's head over to Steph's and take this first load over, I shout. All right, coming, big man, you're in charge now. Make sure the rest of this stuff in the house gets out on the curb. We'll be back soon. Then you can have some pizza. Dolly says and sits next to me in the tsunami. Thanks, big man. Thank you, Dolly's friends. Good luck, Dev, I shout and drive off. In my tsunami, Dolly gives me directions. We are headed to Portland City College. It is about a 30-minute drive from my apartment in Lake Oswego. This is a big move for me. I have lived in Lake Oswego since elementary school. Now I am moving to the big city. On the car ride over, I have to let Dolly in on some family history I've been avoiding to tell her about. Hey Dolly, there's something I need to tell you about before we arrive at my brother Steph's house, I say. All right, shoot, Dolly replies. Yeah, I don't really know how to say this, but my older brother Steph, he has autism? I reply, and for some reason phrase it as a question. Okay, thanks for the heads up, Dolly replies. Oh, that's okay with you? You're not worried or anything, I reply. No, why would I? Dolly asks. Oh, I mean, it's been an awkward sometimes or uncomfortable topic for me at times in my life, I say. How so? He's still just your brother, Dolly says. Yeah, I know that. Just sometimes other people get weird when they meet him, like they don't know how to talk to someone with autism, I say. Okay, well, I'll make sure to act extra weird and awkward. Maybe I'll even forget how to completely talk to you just to make it extra uncomfortable, Dolly says sarcastically. Ha ha. Yeah, so he's also nonverbal and his roommates are also on the spectrum, I say. Alex, you are the only one being really awkward and weird, Dolly replies. Yeah, you're right. I don't really know how to talk about it, I reply. Just stop acting like how you're currently acting. He's your brother, for God's sakes, right? You're going to be living with him and his roommates for who knows how long, so you better stop looking so stiff and embarrassed, Dolly says. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I'm so weird about all this, I reply. You better snap out of it because I'm not going to date you if this is how you're going to act all the time while living in this garage, Dolly says. Well, here we are. So time to snap out of it, I say. You better, Dolly adds. Dolly and I walk up to the front door with boxes in our hands and ring the doorbell. Steph opens the door with a smile. His two roommates are behind him. We walk inside and admire the tall ceilings. It is a lot nicer than being in an apartment. Hey, Steph, good to see you. Hi, guys. I am Alex, Steph's brother. Would you mind giving us a hand with these boxes, I say? Who is she? One of Steph's roommates asks. I'm Dolly, Alex's unofficial girlfriend, Dolly says with some tension. Here, let's put these boxes down so we can get to know one another. Because I'll be living here from now on and you'll see Dolly from time to time, I say. Yeah, hopefully you do get to see me from time to time, Dolly says. Haha, yeah. Hello. What are your two names? I ask. I'm Gator, Gator says. I'm Caspian, Caspian says. Gator, Caspian, nice to meet you both. Thank you both for letting me, Steph's brother, join you guys in this great looking house. It's really clean here, I say. It's clean because Caspian makes sure we all do our chores and we have specific rules on our guests, Gator says. Well, I'll make sure to follow all your house rules, Gator. That's an interesting name. Where are you from? I ask. Florida. I like alligators. I used to have a pet baby alligator named George, but he outgrew my backyard back home. Unfortunately, you can't have pet alligators in Oregon, so I don't have a pet alligator anymore, Gator says. Nice. George, that's a nice name for an alligator. I have a tablet named Roger and a truck named Tsunami. Caspian, that's an interesting name too. Good to meet you. Where are you from? I say. I'm from Eugene, Oregon, not Florida, like Gator. My dad recently succumbed, Caspian says. I'm sorry, he succumbed? I asked. Yes, left this world, slipped away, was called home, entered eternal rest, departed, went home, passed away, went to be with his Lord, lost the battle, Caspian says. He died, Gator adds. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Caspian. Sorry, I don't know what to say, I reply. My family and I knew his passing was coming for a while. Steph and Gator knew him, Caspian says. Well, as your new roommate, just let me know what I can do to help, I say. There are a lot of house rules, Alex. There's a paper copy for you in the garage, but we could really use your help with a project, Caspian says. A project? What kind of project? I ask. My dad was a lawyer, and he thought Steph
your brother would be a great fit for the Oregon State Senate, specifically Oregon's State Senate District 14. He thought Steph could be the first nonverbal person with autism to win the position, Caspian says. Wow. Well, I don't know too much about politics. Good for you, Steph and Caspian and Gator, all three of you. I wish you the best of luck on this project. Would that be okay if I started moving my stuff into the garage? I asked. What about your car? May we use it from time to time? Alex Caspian asked. Yeah, I'm sure we can figure this all out. I'm gonna head to the garage now, I replied. Alex, we need money for Steph to run for Oregon State Senate District 14. The next election Steph could win is in 2016. I estimate we need $250,000 in campaign financing for Steph to win, Caspian says. Yeah, please help, Alex, Steph says on the talker. Guys, I think this would be a great conversation to have over dinner. I'm just going to squeeze by you all and start putting these boxes in the garage. I'm assuming the garage is around this corner. I'm going to open it so I don't have to come through the front door each time, but let's put a pin in this conversation, and I'm sure we can find $250,000 to make this happen. Dolly, could you help me with these boxes? I say and start walking towards the garage. Okay, good to meet you, Alex. Let's talk about this more over dinner, Caspian says. Thanks, Alex, Steph says on his talker. Wow, your brother is going to be a great roommate, Steph, Gator adds. Dolly and I walk to the garage. I'm sweating after that. One sec. Dolly and I walked to the garage. I am sweating after that. Dolly stared at me the whole time. She did not even contribute to the conversation. What the heck? What happened to her not being awkward and weird? I put down a box in the garage and sat on it to take a breather. I can tell Dolly is mad at me. We have to help them raise $250,000, Dolly says. Oh, geez, you can't be serious, I reply. Alex, are you kidding me? Caspian's dad is dead. They obviously looked up to him, and he inspired your brother, Caspian Gator, to make a real difference in this world, Dolly says. Dolly, I just want to move into this garage. Where are we even going to get $250,000? None of us have that type of money, I reply. Alex, those three guys have a dream, and it is for your brother to be a politician that actually makes a difference in this world. How can you not get behind that? Dolly says, pressuring me. Why is this my responsibility? Let me set up my bed frame. Can we talk about this later? I asked, trying to avoid the conversation. It's not your responsibility, but it's your opportunity. They asked you because you're probably the best person to help them, Dolly says. Me, I'm not the best. I don't even have a high school degree yet. Why don't you help them if you're so inspired? I asked angrily. Steph is your brother. I am just some stranger to all three of those guys. It doesn't make sense for me to help them without you. Also, I'm a dropout. I don't have a high school degree, but that doesn't mean I don't know how to come up with $250,000, Dolly says passionately. What is it going to take for you to help me finish moving into this garage? Do I have to say that I'll help them? I ask, annoyed at this topic. Yes. You have your tsunami and me. Let's do some math. We need 10 recyclable bottles to make $1. Let me think. Okay, we need to cash in 2,500,000 bottles or cans to raise $250,000 for your brother's campaign. We can do that, Dolly says excitedly. I guess this is what my dad meant by taking some responsibility, I say. Alex, I have never felt as inspired by any speeches given to me by a teacher, never motivated by any of those online internet gurus who have life supposedly figured out. What Caspian Gator and Steph want to do is truly inspiring. If you don't help them, then I'll, Dolly says. Then I interrupt her. Fine, fine. Jesus Christ, I will help them. I shout. Good, you better. With you and me helping them, how could anyone turn them down? I already have so many ideas, and there are so many people I need to call. Dolly says excitedly. Great. Well, why don't you stay here and talk to Caspian Gator and Steph, learn everything they know about how to get Steph elected to Oregon Senate District 14. I'm sure there's a candidate manual everyone needs to read. I will help get the $250,000. Okay? I'm going to take my tsunami and start moving the rest of my stuff into the garage, I say out of breath. Okay, great idea. I'm so inspired to be a part of this project, Dolly says. Yep, we all are, I say tiredly. Chapter 16, January 1st, 2015, day 1221, The Garage Life. 246 days of living in a garage makes me feel like an undercover secret agent, minus the benefits. I wish everyone I knew would stop asking me about my parents. Where are they moving? When are they leaving? Why are they driving? How long of a drive is that? How is your mom? Are they excited to have a daughter? They already left, okay? Mom and dad came by Steph's house a month ago to say one last goodbye and tell us about their next adventure. My parents decided to drive to their home on the East Coast because mom is scared something will happen to the baby on an airplane. Without traffic and no stops, the car ride to their Virginia Beach home is a cross-country 45-hour drive. They will go from Lake Oswego to Idaho to Utah, through Wyoming, then Nebraska, pass on by Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, and finally they will drive through all of Virginia until they reach the beach. What about me? People should ask how I am doing, not my parents. I need to practice being more thankful. There's a roof over my head, a clean house, a backyard with a bird bath. I have an official girlfriend now, and I am on my way to graduate high school. I am fine. No, I am not fine. I am tired. All I do is drive around in my tsunami like a taxi driver for the boys, my brother Caspian and Gator. I honestly do not have the energy to be inspired by their mission for Steph to be a groundbreaking politician. I'm the one doing all the hard labor of picking up these cans and bottles, then they get all the credit for raising the money. Dolly came up with a way to get massive amounts of recyclables for Steph's political campaign. I end up driving to all these professional minor league and high school sports stadiums to pick up all the recyclables after each sporting event. Then guess where all those cans and bottles get stored before they get cashed in? My room, the garage. I am pretty much living in a beer and soda smelling pigsty. The rest of the house is perfect though. My room is the only living space which is unorganized and smelly. The boys live a very strict and structured life of routines. Everyone keeps their rooms clean. They all have equal chore duties. They all wake up at the same time, eat at the same time, and go to sleep at the same time. All three of them are in the same college program at Portland City College, where they take classes of their choice and work part-time jobs. They are all going to graduate from college this year, the same time I'm graduating from high school. Then their plan is to work full-time and get Steph elected in the 2016 election. The boys live a life that is way too structured for me. I cannot stand routines. I do not need a bedtime. I will go to bed whenever I want. The house is constantly filled with people who are strangers to me. I am simply trying to get an online education over here in the garage, but I'm constantly being harassed with questions from all these strangers because I am Steph's brother. The boys have these government workers called personal support workers, PSWs, and direct support professionals, DSPs. The PSWs and DSPs help them with basically everything you can imagine. The only thing they will not help with is raising money for Steph's election fund. So that is why they need my help so badly. Each of the boys have 3 different types of therapists, which come out to 9 therapists popping by the house. Not to mention they have friends over on Tuesdays and Fridays. Then they hold a social Saturday gathering and church group on Sundays. At least I do not have to pay rent. And I get some gas money for all the driving I do. The second I graduate high school, I got to get out of here and find my own place to live, maybe with Dolly. Did I mention I have a girlfriend? Dolly has been saving money for years now to start her own business. She is pretty much all recovered from her Tesla incident. Over the last few months, she has been working on the idea to start a fashion brand for women where all the clothing comes with big pockets and zippers. She is really good at sewing and has been prototyping with a free sewing machine we picked up at off Craigslist. She's going to set up a booth at a local street markets to see if her clothing line will catch on. Dolly also has been studying for the General Education Development Test, GED, because so many people she talks to expect her to have a high school or college education. Dolly and I's girlfriend-boyfriend relationship has been going fine in my eyes. That makes me nervous, though, because every time I think things are fine, we find something new to fight about. At least we keep things exciting. On the topic of fighting, I have been in a battle with Dana from Swagger's over last semester's final assignments. He thinks I have not turned in my final paper for world history, but I swear the online portal for Swagnet has been acting up lately. New incoming message to Alex at swagnet.com. Subject, turn in your paper. Also, graduation details. Alex, you better not be using malfunctions of the Swagnet website as an excuse to not turn in your assignments on time. You've been submitting everything through the online portal for years now. There aren't any disruptions displayed on our website. Turn in your final paper today or else. Are you starting to get a case of senioritis? We here at Swagridge need you to graduate so we can show the district and the state of Oregon how online public school can be an alternate way for students like you to graduate on time. Furthermore, you are nearly done with high school. Only one more semester to go. Based on our Swagnet analytics, you are due to graduate high school with a 3.3 grade point average, GPA. This is a lot better than we expected from you. Good job. On the contrary, if you do not turn in that world history paper through Swagnet today, the data shows you will graduate with a 2.9 GPA. GPA. Please turn in your paper. Once you are finished with finals in June, we will have a virtual graduation for you. The graduation will consist of you, myself, Principal Kennedy, and whomever you'd like to invite through a virtual link. We will also need you to fill out a questionnaire and give a written statement on your experience with Swagnet. Please turn in your paper and don't embarrass anyone on the questionnaire or written statement. Anyways, Happy New Year. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Best regards, Dana, the secretary. New outgoing message to Dana@swagnet.com. Subject, response to turn in your paper. Also graduation details. Attachment, what's the deal with World War II? Dana, first off, thank you for wishing me a Happy New Year. I promise to write you and Swagridge a good review on being a Swagnet student. That being said, I've already turned in my final paper for Professor Rasputin's World History class. I've attached my final paper to this email and also turned it in again on Swagnet's portal. To be frank with you, Dana, Professor Rasputin's class was a real pain in the butt. This was also the first Swagnet class I took that was taught by an international teacher. I could barely understand his English. He would always go off on these tangents about his Russian ancestors, also named Rasputin. It got really confusing when he was talking about himself or his forefather. Either way, they seemed relatively similar. Professor Rasputin was always preaching the Bible, which I thought was illegal. Are we not supposed to have a separation between church and state in online public school? He was always talking about his fantasies of illicit drug use and his dates with women. It did not help that all the other professors always praised him. My online Swagnet classmates thought he was an outrageous excuse for a teacher. They were all just too scared to speak up. Please consider only sticking to US-based teachers next time. Cheers, Alex. Before I head out to pick up more cans and bottles with my tsunami, I need to comb my mullet and log on to enjoy some time with my online Japanese friends. My online Japanese persona name is Alex Akira. While living in a garage, I made a pretty cool online friend group. It consists of a few Japanese exchange students, some halfies like me, and some other people who are simply interested in Japanese TV shows. We watch all the Japanese game shows, reality shows, and cartoons. There are an endless amount to choose from, so I can imagine myself being friends with this friend group forever. The only downside to the friend group is being online. The virtual platform we use needs our emails and phone numbers to log in. I have been receiving all these spam calls to join lawsuits because I am Japanese. Ring a ding 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 dong. Oh, great. Here's another one. Hello, this is Alex Akira speaking, I answer. Hello, Alex Akira. This is Robert Suzuki with Japanese Reparations. I've been trying to call you. Thank you for picking up, Robert says. How do you get this number? I ask. It looks like my company purchased your phone number from an online platform that provides Japanese TV entertainment to its viewers. Does that sound familiar? Robert asks. Yes, unfortunately, no one likes these cold calls, I exclaim. Sorry about that, but I have a great opportunity I'd like to talk to you about. Our records show that you are half Japanese and have a good amount of teenage acne. Is that right? Robert asked intrusively. I don't know how you know that. That is creepy. I'm in your records, I reply. Yeah, I'm sorry if this seems weird. So, the reason I'm calling was to tell you about a class action lawsuit we'd like you to be a part of. Is that all right if I explain to you what it's about? Robert asked politely. Ugh, sure, go ahead, I replied. To give you a little more context, I was just like you growing up. I'm also half Japanese and have acne growing up as a teenager. My Japanese family is based in California during World War II. They had a farm, a house, a car, and it was all taken away by the US government during the war. They were forced into internment camps when they got out. They had nothing, Robert says. So you're pissed off because your family didn't have anything to pass on to you, I ask. That's only part of it, but most important part is that the acne on your face and mine, Robert replies. Huh? I reply. Inside the Japanese internment camps, our ancestors had to live in dirty, smelly, awful housing. Nearly everyone that came out got a bad case of acne, and that acne has been getting passed down generation after generation, Robert claims. My acne's actually been getting a lot better. I don't know if this is something I'd be interested in, I replied. Really? You took that Accutane, didn't you? Which brand did you take? Zenatane? Myrsane? Clarivis? Don't tell me you took Amistine or Abacoral, Robert asks. None of the above, but I actually have a story left behind from my grandfather who was in an internment camp. Can I share it with you, I ask? Sure, go ahead, Alex, Robert replies. It was Christmas Day, December 25th, 1943. My grandpa woke up laying on the top bunk of a bed. He was in a room with around 20 or so others, and guess what? Everyone had acne. Grandpa walked around the camp searching for his belongings, like his favorite baseball mitt, his bike, his favorite red hoodie, but everything was gone. He had nothing. Grandpa looked around and everyone looked so sad. The worst part was there was no Christmas trees, presents, or decorations. Then, out in the distance, he heard a jingling sound. Was it a flock of birds? A plane? No, it was Santa Claus. Santa came flying in over the barbed wire fence with a bulletproof sleigh. All the guards started to shoot at Santa Claus, but his expert flying skills dodged all the shots. The reindeer leading the fight were these fierce half wolf, half reindeer creatures that pranced around, eating all the guards. Grandpa and everyone cheered. Then, one by one, all of the Japanese people climbed onto Santa's sleigh and he flew them home with him to the North Pole. Claus even gave my grandpa a snowmobile for Christmas that year, I enjoyably said. This isn't a joke, Alex Akira, Robert replied sternly. Look here, Suzuki. I'm pretty busy right now. Why don't you try calling back in a couple months? Maybe my acne will flare up and I'll be interested in helping with the lawsuit. But until then, bye-bye now, I say, and hung up the phone with a laugh. Chapter 17, June 5th, 2015, day 1376, The Last Straw. I find myself living in a grody garage. I find myself living off the leftovers of a linguine lasagna. I find myself behind the wheel of a blue 1997 Chevrolet K1500, and I find myself living in a habitable house with a gorgeous girlfriend. Every night I ask myself, how did I get here? I got here by an act of kindness. When I saw my acne-riddled friend trip over a backpack, I knew he was not going to get a golden hash brown from the Swaggeridge cafeteria. I thought to myself, I'm going to do something charitable and sneak him a hash brown. Never would I have imagined that this kind-hearted act would have led me to a bridge at midnight playing Swaglo with my future girlfriend. Maybe if I did not get that hash brown from my friend, I would not have started Coffee Cola or gotten fired from Oaks Park on the first day of summer. I probably would not have gotten hit in the head by a tablet named Roger, or created an online doctor identity for an online blog. I definitely would not have had all those disputes with my mother if I was going to school in person like all the other Swaggeridge students. My dad probably would have kept working on the road and not moved home. He may have not given me the guidance I was so willingly seeking. Maybe my dad and mom would not have had a third child on the way. They would still be in Oregon. It is so strange to think about what life could have been like if I had not been such a kind person that day at Swaggeridge freshman year. At the end of the day, I'm graduating high school, and that is the biggest milestone I've accomplished so far. On the other hand, Dolly being my girlfriend is by far the best part of my life. 100%. I would not be helping the boys strive to accomplish their goals and dreams if it was not for her. She is helping me to be a better person. If it was not for meeting her and starting to sell Coffee Cola, I may have not gotten involved with that scandal at my first job, Curry in a Hurry. I got out right at the right time. A year or so after I left, Curry in a Hurry closed down immediately. To this day, I have not had a good tasting curry and chicken on a spear. The restaurant owner, who I never met thankfully, was officially charged in a federal court for forcing people to work, not paying people, and selling fake green cards to employees. The owner sounds like a real bad person. It makes sense why they were comfortable with me only taking cash payments and working countless hours. The official statement says that the owner pleaded guilty to forced labor, visa fraud conspiracy, and filing false federal tax returns. What does that all mean? I do not want to be a bad person like the owner of Curry in a Hurry. My brother and his roommates are great people, a lot better than me. To be fair, I'm younger and they are college educated. Maybe I should stick around with them and see how I turn out. In the living room, the boys are waiting for me to pull straws to decide the weekly chores. I am late. Enough reminiscing in the garage. Alex, you're late. We've already drawn straws for most of the chores, Caspian seriously says. Yeah, Steph presses on his talker quickly. Sorry, guys. I'll do whatever you need me to do, I reply randomly. That's not how it works. Now, we have to restart, Gator says impatiently. We don't have time to restart. There's a dead animal under the house, and we need to get it out of here now, Caspian says urgently. Okay, let's pull the straw for the carcass under the house. I promise to be on time for the next couple weeks chore meetings, I say sarcastically. Okay, you promise? If you break this promise, Alex, we're going to have an even bigger problem. There's no lying in this house, Caspian says seriously. Yes, I promise. I am not lying, okay, guys? I ask aimlessly. Great. Steph, hold the straws, Gator says curiously. Steph puts out his hand with 4 straws sticking out. I'm not that scared of the number 4 anymore. It is only a number. I do not need to give a dumb number so much power over me. Steph goes first, then Caspian, followed by Gator. They all pull out regular sized straws. The last straw stares at me. It has to be the short straw. I pull it out, and exactly as I thought, it's the short straw. Looks like I'm cleaning out the animal remains. It is okay. It is not because of the number 4. This is not that big of a deal. We agreed democratically because this is such a rule abiding household. I will clean out the cold meat under the house. Oh, tough luck, Alex. I'll give you my alligator shovel so you can scoop it out, Gator offers excitingly. I'll hold the trash bag, Steph. Can you get one from under the sink? This might be worth capturing as a memory. Can you also grab your camera too? Caspian says excitingly. Yeah. Steph instantly presses on his talker. The 4 of us go into the backyard and walk towards a hole that leads to a crawl space. It reminds me of a crawl space that I went through to play Swaglobe. Maybe this crawl space will lead me to a new beginning like the last. I squeeze through the opening head first and immediately smell something dead. It is gross. The only things that slightly compare are expired eggs and milk, but it is 10 times worse. Once I am under the house, Gator hands me the shovel and I use it to crawl forward like a soldier under the barbed wire boot camp. I keep going towards the bad smell and know I'm getting closer because the smell is getting worse and worse. I'm going to puke if I do not do this quickly. It is as I suspected, but even getting more disgusting. The bad smell is 2 dead raccoons with their guts spread everywhere. It looks like someone has been holding raccoon fights under the house. I use the shovel to pull the raccoons behind me as I crawl out. Back at the entrance of the crawl space, the boys are ecstatic to see what had died. I pull out each raccoon. I have never seen these 3 so excited. It is such a high point for the household. We take a group photo of the 4 of us and the 2 dead raccoons. Now we have a house photo we can frame. The smell is so awful though. My job is not done. We get the raccoons into the garbage bags and throw them into the back of my Tsunami. I'm taking these suckers to the Portland Dead Animal Removal Center. This is a good excuse for me to go on a drive for my graduation. On my car ride, I'm thinking about what is next for me. Maybe a summer road trip. I'm not sure. Money is tight, and I don't want to go blow what I have to simply get away. As I am driving, I see a bunch of yard signs outside of what looks like a Buddhist temple. They read Scholarships for Buddhism. I am taking this as my sign to pop on in and see what the deal is. College is not off the table for me. My brother and roommates seem to be doing pretty well, and if college will make me smarter than my parents, then sign me up. I do not have a way to pay for added school, so scholarships are the only route I have in mind. Inside the Buddhist temple, there is a bald monk sitting behind a plastic table with the same sign, Scholarships for Buddhism. I approach the table and he gives me a nod, handing me a pamphlet. No words need to be said. This temple is a dead silent with people meditating on yoga mats. The pamphlet tells me that they are looking for recent high school graduates. That's me. In summary, this Portland Buddhist temple will pay for your college tuition if you shave your head and practice the ways of Buddhism. The pamphlet literally says, no hair allowed. I can only imagine what these Buddhists think of my mullet right now. My mom was raised Buddhist, so there has to be some Buddhist blood inside me already. I check the time and see I need to leave. I gotta drop off these dead raccoons and meet Dolly at the garage soon. Back at the house, Dolly is waiting for me with her friend who takes high school senior photos. Her friend brought a green screen because I want my senior photos to be funny. I showed her some of my favorite movies as a reference of what I wanted. Dolly directed me to look like the actors on the movie covers. We also got Steph to be in a photo. Dolly's friend was super fast at editing on her computer, so I got my photos immediately. I made sure to email them over to mom and dad, as these photos were my landmark photos of graduating high school. I also sent the photos to my online Japanese friends because some of them were officially online high school graduates today too. Once the photos were sent, Dolly asked me to talk to her about something important. Hey, these photos turned out great. I'm so happy I decided to grow my mullet, I said to Dolly. Yeah, they are great, Dolly replied timidly. I also saw this scholarship opportunity today, Dolly. I'm thinking of going to college, I say suddenly. Nice, Dolly says quietly. Is something wrong, Dolly asks. I don't know. I have some news to tell you, Dolly says shyly. What? What is it? I ask. I don't know how to tell you, Dolly says, scared. Oh boy, now I'm nervous. I've never seen you like this before, I say. Alex, Dolly tries to speak, but I cut her off. Wait, let me guess. You're moving. Are you breaking up with me? What did I do? I ask frantically. Alex, I'm pregnant, Dolly says and starts breaking down crying. All of a sudden, I hear knocking on the door. It is Steph, Caspian, and Gator. Guys, you can't come in. I'm busy. I shout. You are busy, Caspian asks vigorously. What can you possibly be busy doing? Gator questions. Yeah, Stefan asks on his talker. Doing nothing. Just go away, I shriek. Nothing? No one can be busy doing nothing. The three boys soberly say back. Yes, I am busy doing nothing, I scream. And just like that, the novel, Yes, I Am Busy Doing Nothing, is done. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day. Bye-bye.